It's time for Mount Union Purple Raider football on AM 1310 WDPN. It's time for Mount Union football on your radio and live on AM 1310 WDPN's Facebook and X pages, as well as streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. The 13-time Division III national champions are locked in and ready for battle. So let's head to the stadium and join our play-by-play team of Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere for all the action. This is Mount Union football, and it starts right now on AM 1310 WDPN. Here they go! Touchdown! It's
on AM 1310 WDPN, it's the Mount Union Purple Raiders and the Wheaton Thunder. Hi again, everybody. I'm Sam Berkwin, joined by my partner this year, the Bevere man, Ryan Bevere, on our booth. He'll be with us all season long, and he'll be doing a lot of cool stuff for us, social media. Check us out on all our social media platforms, and he'll be doing a great job on the air with us as well. All right, it's a brand new season. It's a fresh start. The road to Canton begins today as the Purple Raiders take on Wheaton. Both teams starting off their opener here. The Purple Raiders, Ryan, really challenging themselves this year. The first 2 weeks, both teams they will be playing are ranked in the top 25 in the country. They'll have to be ready to go right out of the chute. Jeff Dart believes his club is ready to go.
It's something that we don't normally see with Mount Union. They normally take on a couple teams that we like to call cupcakes or preseason ready to get ready for the OAC, but we're ready to go here in about 2 minutes against Wheaton. They look like a real football team. Wheaton
Thunder looks good. I watched warm up here about an hour and a half ago. I watched the specialty team come out, the punter. They look like they're ready to roll. And they got a nice crowd here underneath us. The Purple Raider Nation is still, most of them are inside the stadium. There's a lot still out in the tailgating area. And well, I tell you what, this is a pretty good day for football here in early September. We have felt 85, 90-degree days. Not today. We're going to be in the upper 60s, maybe hit 70. There is a pretty good breeze blowing left to right, or as you look here from the press box toward the big scoreboard here at Karas Stadium, there is about a 15% chance of precipitation today, but for the most part, we should be in good shape. The Wheaton Thunder to our left are end zone to end zone, side to side, lined up, ready to come out to their sideline. The Purple Raider captains are coming out. The Wheaton captains are coming out, and they will come to midfield. The Purple Raider football team also ready to make their entrance here in just a couple of minutes as the crowd continues to file in here today. Well, the Purple Raiders are ranked number 2 in the country. You'll never guess who's number 1. Oh, North Central from Illinois. They got all the first place votes this year for the top 25 as far as D3 football is concerned. Wheaton comes in ranked number 17 in the country. Jeff Dart, 56-4 overall in his 6th year with the head coach of the University of Mount Union. Dart was named the 2024 Larry Karas OAC Coach of the Year last year. He won his 50th game at Capitol back on November the 2nd, 2024. He's got this program rolling. Now, for an opener, there are some challenges here today. This Wheaton team, not accustomed to not opening up against strong teams. They have done it several times over the last couple of years, opening up with teams also ranked in the top 25. The Raiders are 6-0 all-time against the Thunder. All 6 meetings have been played here, and they've all been in the playoffs. Their first meeting was back on November 25th, 1995, where the Purple Raiders were on top by the score of 40-14. And here come the Purple Raiders for the first time in 2025. We mentioned their head coach, Jeff Dart. They're ready to make a long run here for this brand new college football season. The Purple Raiders, this is my favorite uni. I hope they wear them again. Purple jerseys, white pants, purple helmets, white numbers and letters with a little purple and black trim, and the Raiders script on the sides of the helmets. The Wheaton Thunder coming over to their sidelines. White jerseys, white pants, orange and a very dark navy blue stripes over the shoulder pads down the sides of the pants, the navy blue helmets with the stripe down the middle, and the Thunder logo the numbers, the Wheaton logo on one side and their number on the other side. And that's a sharp-looking uniform there, Ryan Bevere. You know I'm a big uniform guy. Those are pretty tight. I like those.
I'm a big uniform guy. We're both big uniform guy, and I think it's a really good uniform matchup right here. I like that W on the side. I like the letter or the numbering on the right side of the helmet. I like the all white.
It almost looks like the real clean Syracuse look sometimes when they college football.
You just nailed it.
Yeah.
You absolutely nailed it. But there's nothing like the Mountain Union Purple Raiders.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I'm old school. Give me the purple tops, give me the white pants, the purple helmets, and let's go. All right, we are getting closer to kickoff here on AM 1310 WDPN. Don't forget you can listen to our broadcast as well today and all season long on all of our social media platforms, 1310 WDPN on X, on our WDPN Facebook page, and the Q92 radio page on YouTube. So we are just about ready for football here in Alliance, Ohio. What a beautiful day for football here in the Carnation City. Mateo Jesh will kick it off for the Thunder. The Purple Raiders will receive and go right to left, away from the scoreboard here at Karis Stadium. Keep your eyes on number 21, everybody. Darnell Williams, one of the young fellas back deep for the Purple Raiders. The ball is in the air. They'll kick it away from Darnell, and a fair catch is called for and made by Lucas Weaver, and we'll start the football game 1st and 10 for the Purple Raiders. They'll go 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Well, it's a brand new year. It's a brand new quarterback. Let's say hello to Mikey Maloney, the sophomore, 6'1", about 190 pounds, out of Concord Township, Paynesville, Riverside. Mikey, on the roster last year, got a couple of snaps, not many, but Coach Dart and the staff believe he is ready to make the next step, and we'll see what the Purple Raiders do on their first play from scrimmage today, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. In motion, Matt Anderson to the right. Mikey throws it out to the flat. It's caught across the 25 to the 30, 35, 36, 37-yard line. First down, Purple Raiders. Nice, safe, early start. That is Nicky Turner, number 2, or number 17 a year ago. Switched to the deuce and picks up a first down.
You mentioned safe, Sam. A lot of teams that like to run the ball first play of the season and a little screen pass to the right side, they are able to pick up the first down.
So the Purple Raiders ready to roll. 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. No score, just underway. Maloney hands it off Darnell over the right side. Nope, Maloney's going to keep it 45, 50, 45, 40. Look at Maloney go 30. Mikey to the 25 to the 20. Breaks a tackle at the 15. Mikey Maloney inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. What a ball fake. What a run. 1st and goal, Raiders.
Welcome to Karis Stadium,
Whoa.
Wheaton. We talked about this. We joked before the game. We said, oh, here we go. It's going to be another big-time blowout in week 1. You said, not so fast. We got Wheaton. I don't know, Sam. It's Mountain Union Purple Raider, and it's football season. Let's go. Week number 1, baby.
I'll tell you what. That was a great ball fake by Mikey Maloney. This time he gives it to Darnell over the right side. Williams pounds his way inside the 5 and just inside the Wheaton 4-yard line.
Let's see if they can pound the ball in a couple more times. I don't see any field goals going. The way that this drive's been going, already down to the 10-yard line.
So far, so good today for the Purple Raiders. 13:40 in the opening quarter of play, no score. Mount Union Wheaton here on AM 1310 WDPN. Sam Berkman, Ryan Bevere with you on a partly sunny, windy Saturday afternoon. Darnell going to go to the right side of his quarterback, Mikey Maloney. Wide left, wide right. Maloney back to throw. Mikey steps up in the pocket, looks, fires, end zone knocked away in the back of the end zone. Pass was incomplete, intended for Davion Grant, the wide receiver out of Naples, Florida, Gulf Coast High School. And it'll bring up 3rd down and goal for the Purple Raiders.
Joseph Bracey, 5'10", 174 pounds, was able to just sneak his right hand in there to deflect that pass, or it'd be 6 for the Raiders.
So the Wheaton crowd, a lot of them made the trip over from Illinois today, on their feet beneath us here at the stadium. Purple Raiders 3rd and goal at the Thunder 4-yard line. Backs are split. Now Darnell's going to go in the back. Anderson H-back left. Grant in motion. Fake to Darnell. Mikey rolls. Throws end zone. Touchdown! Purple Raiders! Boom! 13-17 to go in the first quarter of play. And the machine is on the board. 6-0. Raiders in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Mount Union. Grant Anderson hauls it in. and the Raiders are on the board for the first time in 2025.
Nice easy chip block. He sees the end zone's wide open. And that was probably the easiest touchdown of his career. 6'3", 235 out of Tampa.
Ivan Marek on for the extra point. Gets the snap, the spot, the kick is up. Plenty of leg, and it's no good. He shoved it to the right. So with 13-17 to go in the first quarter, it's Mount Union 6 and Wheaton nothing. Taking another look at the replay here on this touchdown. I want to correct myself on the receiver there for Mount Union. That was Wyatt Steele, the tight end from Tampa, 6'3", 235 pounds, number 45, not 85 with the catch. Wyatt Steele with the first score of the year for Mount Union.
Way to open it up.
right down the field. I'll
Not
tell you
even
what,
2 minutes off the clock.
Nice. That was nice.
They said we're here.
Nice.
They're representing your uniform, Sam.
That's right. Purple. They're wearing the purple, and they're bringing it strong here early today.
But you're a fan of the black uniforms, though. I know you are.
Yeah.
Everyone, every elite dominant force, like Duke in basketball, they always have to have a black uniform.
I thought you and I were done with that Duke talk. I thought we turned you into Scarlet Gray. Did we not?
They don't play till 3:30.
Okay. There's the kickoff, high and deep into that wind, and it's going to go into the end zone. Touchback. Wheaton first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 6-0 Purple Raiders. They went right down the field and scored, missed the extra point. So that's where we stand with that 6-0 score. So here come the Thunder. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line. All right, Forcucci in the back. Gets the snap. Goes back to throw. Flag is down. He's going to run outside and get shoved out of bounds around the 31-yard line. Caleb Renard pushed him out of bounds. But I think you're going to have a penalty on Wheaton. Flag came about after the second, or about the, I'm just going to say, almost at the snap of the ball, they threw that flag, and it's going to be a holding penalty on the Thunder. That'll back them up 10 yards.
DBs were really good right there for Mount Union. Quarterback for Wheaton pump faked about 2 or 3 different times. Just couldn't get the ball out of his hands because they were covered.
So Mark Forcucci, the quarterback, he's out of Wheaton North High School, Winfield, Illinois, 6 feet, about 190 pounds. He'll go back to throw. Left side, pass caught at the 20, up to 23, out close to the 24-yard line. Seth Quarterhaven on the reception, 6'2", 200, out of Wheaton North High School. Well, they get back a little bit of that penalty yardage. Zach Liebler, the young man from Massillon, Washington High School, on the tackle for the Purple Raiders. Zach had a tremendous season a year ago. 12:35 in the first quarter. Just getting cooking here in Alliance. 6-0 Purple Raiders on AM 1310 WDPN. Sam Berkman, Ryan Booger with you. The first of what we hope will be a long run into January with Purple Raider football. Forcucci in the gun. Stack twins right slot left for the Thunder. Second down at 11. Back to throw. Incomplete at the 30-yard line. Great closing speed by the Purple Raiders. Frasiavolu, Costa, the defensive back, with a great play defensively. He almost was reading the quarterback's eyes there, Ryan, and almost snuck in there and picked that thing off.
Well, would he mind if we just called him Costa?
Costa T? I'm good with that.
All right.
For Cucci in the gun, Thunder 3rd and 11 now at their own 24-yard line. Motion up the near side. He headed upfield early, no flag. For Cucci back to throw, going deep down the mid. Oh, incomplete at the 50-yard line. Weston Arthur on the coverage. Pass was intended for Whit Jewett, and the Purple Raider defense holds, and the Thunder will punt it away.
It would have been very nitpicky, but I think Weston might have got away with maybe a little bit of pass interference towards the end.
I didn't see it.
It would have been nitpicky. It would have been very small. It would have erupted the crowd, and we wouldn't have liked it. But there might have been a little bit of contact right before the ball got there.
I figure the first game of the year, I will wear my Purple Raider glasses along with my Purple Raider golf shirt. And as soon as we go a little bit further, I'll be a little bit more neutral, but not much. Thunder to punt the ball away, low, end over end kick, and they're just going to let that one go. Mason Ashby, the young man out of North Canton Hoover. How about that? Sophomore. Played for Coach Brian Baum the last couple of years. Now he's in his second year with the Purple Raider program. He's back there to return punts for Coach Jeff Dart. That's when you come to Mount, there's a pretty good chance that the punt return receivers are going to get a lot of action. And I think Mason is going to get a lot of chances this year to do some really special things. Well, his mom and dad are here today.
It's so cool seeing all the local kids.
Mm-hmm. Brian and Kristen. There's a handoff over the right side. Sean Thomas. And Thomas will blast his way out to the 34-yard line. He picks up around 3 yards on the play. 11:50 in the opening quarter. 6-0 Mount Union here on 1310 WDPN. Next Saturday, we will be in Grove City, Pennsylvania. Purple Raiders' first road trip of the year. 1 p.m. kick right here on 1310 WDPN.
Do you want to go shopping afterwards?
No. Well, we'll see.
It's a hard no.
If I nail that Powerball before then yes, we'll go shopping. There's Thomas around the right side. Tippy toes over the sidelines. They're going to finally give him the 41. And that is a first down for Mount Union. Thomas on the carry over the right side, 1st and 10. Well, what happened to our scoreboard over here? Everything's working except the big video board looks like it's down right now. They'll try to get that squared away. Folks are still coming in. Still got some tailgaters out there on this Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, those parking lots were packed.
Yes, they were.
All morning this morning.
Great day for tailgating here at Mount. Big crowd. Student section is humongous today. Mikey Maloney going to go back to throw it. Looking deep. Got a man caught by Turner inside the 40 to the Wheaton 37-yard line and a first down. Nicky Turner hauls it in. First down, Purple Raiders.
There wasn't a Wheaton player 5 yards within Turner when he caught that ball. Great ball placement, but he didn't even really need it because he was so wide open.
So here come the Purple Raiders now. 1st and 10 at the Thunder 38-yard line. 6-0 Mount. 10:25 to go first quarter. Maloney gives it off to Thomas. Fakes right, goes left, runs into a tackler. Stiff arms him down to the 37. And a pickup of around 3 yards on the play. How about the stiff arm by Sean Thomas, the 6-foot running back out of Lima Central Catholic.
Ran right into the offensive line, bounced it back out to the left, put a nice stiff arm. And if anything, I know he gained a few yards off of that, but if anything, he didn't lose yardage. It looked like he might have lost some yardage when that play was first developing.
So here come the Purple Raiders now. Second consecutive drive, they've crossed the midfield stripe. They lead 6-0. Motion to the right side. Maloney back to throw. Blitz is on. Mikey throws it complete at the 30-yard line. Try to hit his wide receiver, Amari Allen, out of Miami, Florida. Boy, one of the officials almost got conked in the head on that pass. He had to duck and get out of the way.
That might be why he didn't call the pass interference on Colin Moore. I'll call both ways, Sam, if I see it.
Here comes that Wheaton crowd again, who is beneath us here as we come to you from Cara Stadium. Looks like the Raiders. Okay, I thought they might go to the sidelines and call a timeout, but I looked at the play clock and we still got 7 seconds. They're going to line it up and go 3rd and 8 at the Wheaton 35-yard line. Trips to the right. Inside handoff to Thomas, 35. Sean, 34. Thomas, 33, 32. Thomas is down to the 31-yard line. pretty much of a vanilla play there, but they did get almost 7 yards in the play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Purple Raiders. And we'll see what Coach Dart and the crew have cooked up here on this 4th down play.
Mason Fortner, the graduate right guard, was signaling, let's go. We need to go for this.
And they are going to go. Purple Raiders up to the line now. The play clock is at 10. 4th and 3, Mount Union at the Wheaton 31-yard line. H-back left, Thomas in a slot left. Maloney in the gun. Now they'll shift. 3 on the clock, 2 on the clock. They snap it just in time. Inside handoff, 1st down, Purple Raiders. Darnell Williams takes it down to the 26-yard line. Needed 3, they got 6.
Big play to quiet this crowd. They traveled very well.
Did.
That, you know what I think that is? That's got to be the Mount Union effect. You're playing Mount Union week 1, number 2 team in the nation.
Yeah, they got a nice crowd down here. Wheaton does. I was checking on that this morning. The travel time from there to here, I want to say about 6 hours. 1st down, Purple Raiders at the Wheaton 26-yard line. Maloney gives it off to Thomas, picks his way inside the 20, inside the 17. Thomas to the 16. That's going to be awfully close to another Mount Union 1st down. Sean Thomas picking him up and laying him down today.
So
Young man's going to get a lot of action.
Wheaton College, just west of Chicago. It's going to take a 6-hour and 22-minute bus ride home.
Okay, I thought it was around that. So you're looking at about, 5.5, 6 for a car. Buses usually take a little longer.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
And a boring trip on the turnpike.
Here we go, Raiders. They're going to stack twins right. Maloney back to throw. Mikey steps up in the pocket. He's going to throw into the end zone. Touchdown, Purple Raiders. Jacob Cockrell out of Stockbridge, Georgia, hauls it in. Mount Union 12, Wheaton nothing. 7:24 in the opening quarter of play.
Only one reason you come from Stockbridge, Georgia to Alliance, Ohio, and that's to play football for the Mount Union Purple Raiders and put up 6 points in the end zone. Nice start for Purple Raiders.
Oh, my gosh. Just flawless on offense so far today. Flawless. Merrick on for the extra point. First one he missed. We'll see if he can put this one between the pipes. This one's up. This one's good. And we'll take a timeout here at the University of Mount Union. Boy, the Purple Raiders have come out blazing in early September. 7:24 in the opening quarter. It's Mount Union 13, Wheaton nothing. It's Purple Raider football, 13-10 WDPN.
Hey, Joe. Good to see you. What brings you out today?
What's up, Sam? Need to pick up a few tools. You?
Oh, I need new kitchen cabinets and countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place.
Yeah, Sam. These big hardware stores are great for tools and appliances, but not for kitchens and bathrooms. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson Kitchen and Bath Gallery is a craft-made dealer, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath this Thursday evening until 7 at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park. Robertson Kitchen and Bath, where amazing meets affordable.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Here's the kickoff. High, short, return Wheaton at the 15 to the 20. Across the 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 to midfield to the Mount Union 49-yard line. Nice return by Eli Reeves.
And they needed it.
Sure did.
This thing looked like it was getting out of hand early for Wheaton.
So the Thunder will start in ideal position here after that kickoff return. 1st and 10 at the Mount Union 49. Purple Raiders in front, 13-zip, 7:17 to go in the opening quarter of play. Crowd still coming in. Student section is kind of overflowing. It'd be nice if it was like this for every game. But the students come out for like the first week and then you don't see them again until the playoffs, usually. Pass caught. 40 inside the Raider, 40 down to the 37, and that's the first down for the Thunder. That's Cortenhaven on the reception of the first down for the Thunder.
the few cons of winning year in and year out, 31 out of 32 OAC championships, and that's why the students maybe don't come out every Saturday.
They just figure we got it in the bag. And,
Yep.
But they're here in full force today. Shotgun snap. Cucci throws it right side. Got a man caught outside the 8-19. First down for the Wheaton Thunder. That catch was hauled in by Caleb Titherington, the wide receiver out of Christian Academy in Matthews, North Carolina. Titherington, 5'10", 175 pounds.
That's their first big play of the game outside of the kickoff return.
6:25 in the first quarter. Mount Union in front 13-0, but here comes Fukuchi down the right side, inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. That's Cortenhaven again on the reception. And it looks to be first and goal for the Thunder. And they're going to mark this ball just right on the 10-yard line, first and goal. Well, so far the defenses have had a rough afternoon here.
We'll see what Mount Union could do right here inside the 10.
Mark Forcucci, the quarterback, gets the shotgun snap, hands it off over the right side, 5-4-2 touchdown. That was way too easy for Matt Kreider, the sophomore running back, right between the right guard and tackle, and he hammers it into the end zone. Touchdown to Wheaton Thunder.
I think the only person on the field that might have touched him is the quarterback that handed the ball.
So the Thunder go 49 yards in just a couple of plays, and it's 13-6 Mount Union. Holy cow.
Proving why special teams is so important, Sam.
All right, here we go. Mateo Tesh will attempt the extra point. Pretty good breeze blowing left to right here now toward the scoreboard end of the field. This to make it a 13-7 ball game. Snap spot, Tesh, extra point, plenty of leg, and it's good. And there's a timeout here at Mount Union. 5:49 to go in the first quarter play. Purple Raiders 13, the Thunder 7. Back with more on AM 1310 WDPN.
Craving something fresh in Alliance? Head to Pulp, where every day starts with in-house fresh squeezed juices, packed with real fruits and veggies. Need a boost? Try our wheatgrass or ginger shots. Small shots, big energy. Hungry? We've got you covered with crave-worthy bowls and wraps, loaded with flavor and made fresh just for you. Come visit us on 450 West State Street in Alliance. Healthy never tasted this good. Fresh flavors made just for you.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Sam Berkman, Ryan Bevere back here on 1310 WDPN. 13-7 Mount Union over the Wheaton Thunder. What do you think so far?
Well,
A lot of offense, huh?
yeah, I mean, I think that the kickoff return to midfield really obviously struck that offensive touchdown for Wheaton, but we'll just have to put that one behind us and hope for just 7 on the board for Wheaton the rest of them.
Tesh with the kickoff. That's going to drive Darnell in and out of the end zone. Mount Union will take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. I know it's only the first quarter. We still got 5:49 to go. I think this is a big series for both these teams because Mount now knows that Wheaton can punch back offensively. And now can Wheaton, after the first 2 series, they let the Raiders go right down the field. Can they step up here and do something on the defensive end?
Yeah, Wheaton needs to show themselves that they can stop Mount Union because Mount Union's been able to do whatever they've wanted to do. And Jeff Dart's got to tell this team, like, listen, the only aspect of the football game that we're losing right now is special teams.
And Mikey Maloney's got them set up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. There's a handoff to Darnell Williams, and Darnell is taken down at the 25-yard line. 1, 2, 3, 4 members of that Wheaton Thunder defensive front making the stop. Looked like 54 was the first on the stop. That's Peter Johannek, the defensive lineman, 6'1", 230 out of West Chicago, Illinois. You'll be hearing that a lot today. A lot of these young men coming from Illinois, the Chicagoland area. suburbs around the area. 2nd and 10, Raiders at their 25 after no gain. Motion to the right side, Grant. Grant gets the ball in the backfield, a little toss, 20, 25, 30. Grant out to the 33-yard line. Little pitch and catch. Maloney to Grant, picks up 8. It'll be 3rd and 2.
It's got to be a big
and a
advantage.
penalty flag, though, just thrown.
That's an advantage, I think, for Wheaton with the location geographically where they are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids to choose from. If they're not going to Northwestern, excuse me, Wheaton's a good option if you're not going D1.
No doubt. I don't know what the situation is as far as other D2 or D3 schools in that area, but
well, if you got North Central.
Yeah, I'm wondering how far away they are from Wheaton. 3rd and 2 for the Purple Raiders. Maloney keeps it, runs it. Mikey Maloney's got a first down. He crosses the 35 to the 36-yard line before he's taken down, gain of 3. The sophomore, Mikey Maloney. This is a big day for him. Home opener, starting quarterback for Mount Union. Got a, did not see a ton of action last year. Starter, Boudry goes down, gets injured, and then, well, the rest of the story is Mount went all the way to the national championship. Back to throw. Maloney whistles it. Caught at the 45. He's going to be about 1 yard short of the first down. Jacob Cockrell with his second catch of the afternoon.
His best catch of the afternoon,
yes.
Even though the first one was for 6. That was a toe tapper just shy of the first down, a couple yards. We talked about North Central. They are 22 minutes apart from Wheaton.
From Wheaton?
Yes, that's got to be
how does that happen?
Recruiting rivalry going down over there.
Of course, we all know about North Central, but this Wheaton team, don't take them lightly. They're ranked 17 in the country. That's for a reason. Backs are split for Maloney. Handoff, Darnell, 45. Darnell Williams squeezing out to the 49-yard line. Picks up another Mount Union first down. Purple Raider offensive line flexing early today. Vivier, Kennedy, Lavelle, Fortner, and Mitch Coffey doing a great job so far today on this Purple Raider offense. Coming up on 3:10 first quarter, Mount leads at 13-7. Williams in motion to the right, backs are split. Mikey Maloney gives it off to Thomas, breaks the tackle to the 45. Thomas to the 44-yard line. Boy, he doesn't just run. He delivers a couple of blows along the way, Sean Thomas.
I don't think he's been taken down on the first try all afternoon. It's only been the first quarter, but he's put in a couple of impressive runs.
Looking at Mount Union's offensive line here, it looks like we got Mitch Coffey, I was going to say, 6'3", 270 pounds. Big Mitch over on the right side. The Raiders lost a couple good ones off this line a year ago, but they reload. Motion to the left. Inside handoff to Darnell Williams. And Darnell is going to be close to the first down, but he's going to be just a little bit short at the Wheaton Thunder 43-yard line. So Matt Anderson will come out. Mickey Turner will come out.
Feels like 4-down territory.
Caden Minner, number 26, checks in for the Purple Raiders. Caden, running back out of New Madrid, Missouri. He'll line up to the left. It's the inverted wishbone. Mikey Maloney in the gun on a 3rd and 1. Maloney gives it off, fakes it. Now he's going to throw it. Got a man open at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, 42 yards. Sean Thomas from Mikey Maloney. And the Purple Raiders are on the board again. It's 19-7 Mount Union.
What a pump fake, or not a pump fake, a ball fake that was handing off to the running back. Mikey Maloney fooled everybody, including me. I thought the running back had the football, and that's why Sean Thomas was able to get so much space. And again, when these receivers are catching the ball, they've got 5 yards in between them and the Wheaton defensive backs.
I almost went for that ball fake. Almost got me. Merrick in for the extra point to put the Raiders on top 20-7. Snaps kick. Did he push that one? No, he squeezed it through. Didn't look pretty. but it went between the pipes. And we'll keep it here with 1:36 to go in the first quarter. Mount Union 20, Wheaton 7. You might have to wear that shirt all year.
I think so.
I think I'm good.
We might have to. I'm even wearing pants, so this would work in the later seasons.
I got the purple clouds on today, baby.
Yeah.
Here we go. You got the dunk clothes. We're good.
Yeah.
We're styling up here. Nobody can see us, but we look good.
Yeah. That's why
we really look good on radio.
That's why, we really do. That's why I wear blue shoes today.
So it's 20-7 Mount Union and 1:36 to go. North Central, number 1 in the country. Mount Union, number 2. Johns Hopkins is ranked 3rd. St. John's is 4th. Susquehanna ranked 5th in the country right now in Division III. Wheaton, number 17. Grove City, number 23. That's where we'll be next Saturday. Grove City, Mount Union will play at 1 here on 1310 WDPS. Here's the approach. Here's the kick. It's short, but it's really high. Picked up at the 5 across the 10, 15, 20. Big alley, but it closes in a hurry at the 27-yard line, and that's where the Wheaton Thunder will take over 1st and 10. Could tell you the kickoff man today, Connell Raftery, only a freshman. Out of Nordonia, 6 feet, 180 pounds. Of course, Mike Franklin back again this year, handling the punting chores for Coach Dart. Here come the Wheaton Thunder now. Motion to the left side. Cucci hands it off over the right side. 30, 35, 40, 41, 42-yard line. And a first down for the Wheaton Thunder. Big, strong run by Matt Kreider. And they'll move the sticks for the Thunder, 1st and 10.
It looks like Wheaton says, we may not have Mount Union in the finesse department, but it looks like they're just going to play smash mouth football and try to just be more physical than Mount Union.
20-7, under a minute to go in the opening quarter of play. Raiders bringing 4. Kikuchi throws it right side. Kreider caught it at the 45 for a gain of around 3. Mark Vercucci, the 6-foot quarterback, he's 190 pounds, out of Winfield, Illinois, North Holy Cross High School. You can tell he's a senior the way he sits there back in the pocket. He looks down, he makes his reads, checks his progressions, doesn't get rattled. He'll stand in there until he has to let it go. Caleb Titherington going to go wide left. Motion to the far side. That's Howard. He'll set tight H-back right. They're going to hand it off right side up the middle to the 50 to the Purple Raider 48. Very close to a first down. We'll see where they finally spot it. That's Trent Gabriel. Only 5'7", $180. But a hard runner. Going to be short of the first down, and that's the end of the first quarter here in Alliance. Good first quarter of football here on 1310 WDPN. Your score, Mount Union 20 and Wheaton 7. College football, Purple Raider football continues on 1310 WDPN.
The Q92 Sports Network is your home for the best coverage of high school and Mount Union football and basketball. Be sure you're following us on our social media. Just follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads. You'll know what games we'll be broadcasting week to week, and we drop photos and videos from all of our high school and Mount Union broadcasts. Be sure to follow Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads, and stay connected to the Q92 Sports Network. Do you or a loved one suffer with back pain? Most chronic back problems are caused by compression from the disc being thinner and thinner as we get older. At the Disc Center of Alliance, also known as Family Health Physical Medicine, all we have to do is put the patient on the table and decompress the spine. These treatments are so gentle, patients usually fall asleep. They don't have to go through the shots, surgeries, all the physical therapy, or painful and invasive procedures or drugs. If you have an MRI scan, we can look at it and tell you if we can help you or not. Seeing us can change your life. Give us a call, 330-821-4455.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Run right up the middle. That's going to be enough for a first down, we believe. Yes, down to the Mount Union 47-yard line. Welcome back, everybody. AM 1310 WDPN. Sam Berkman, Ryan Bevere. Mount Union Purple Raider football on this Saturday afternoon here in the Carnation City. Good to be with you. By the way, a stat that we usually read to you early in games, it just kind of went by me today a little bit. Mount Union now has scored in 562 consecutive games. The longest streak any of college football. They have scored in every game since November of 1981. Pass over the middle, knocked down and incomplete. You know what all has happened since November the 7th of 1981?
Mount Union has scored.
Unbelievable.
That is incredible.
Isn't that?
Never been shut out.
Never.
Never at all.
Wow.
That is.
Okay, 81, 91, that's 20. That's 44 years in a row. They have not scored. 44 years. Who does that, Mount Union?
I can't wrap my head around that one.
Going to go stack Twins into the tight right side. Now breaking out of at the tight end. Rucky's going to go back to throw it. It's caught inside the Mount 45 to the 40. And it's just about a couple of yards short of the first down. I'll tell you what, this Titherington, he's got good hands on him. Wide receiver for the Wheaton Thunder. Hauls it in. Now, it's a 20-7 Mount Union lead. 14-18 to go here in the first half of play.
They're slowing things down, and I think they have to because they know they can't stop Mount Union.
So Fercucci is in the gun. They're going to go wide right, slot right. Kreider is the tailback. Everybody in tight on a 3rd and 2. Motion left side, and we got a mess up down there on somebody. And I believe that's going to be a 5-yard penalty false start on the Wheaton Thunder, and it is. All right, Mr. Bevere, 3:55 to go in the first half. Illinois 14, Duke 6.
Oh yeah. What did you expect?
Duke a little underdog today in that one. I think it's going to end up being a heck of a game, to be honest with you. I think it's two really evenly matched teams. Manny Diaz, head coach of Duke, back to throw. Fercucci got smacked. I mean, drilled back at the 44-yard line. That was Jerry Cooper out of Miami, Florida, laying the hammer on Fercucci. Wow. 4th and 7 for Wheaton.
Tough spot to be in. Kind of want to go for it, which I think they are.
Yeah, you know what? On a day like today, the way this game is going, I think you go for it here.
I think so,
I do.
too.
I mean, here we go. Stack Twins left, slot right for Fercucci in the gun. Thunder 4th and 7 at the Mountain 45. Fercucci, play action, back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Got away. 45, 40, 30, and he slides down at the 29-yard line. How about that?
That was an incredible play. He got lost between 2 or 3 offensive linemen, defensive linemen, and able to use his legs to scramble. That's what happens when the defensive backs have their backs toward the quarterback.
Yep. Well,
and you can't do that with a guy like this.
Had a little heat on him around the edge, but they just couldn't bring him down. Thank you. There's our stats, Mr. Bevere. Dig into those when we get the opportunity. I can tell you one thing. A lot of offense today. Over 300 yards already between these two teams. Handoff left side. 30, 29, 28 down to the 27-yard line for Kartenhoven.
Little jet sweep action. Not much doing for it, but you got to try something. You got to open up the playbook. And as you can see, this tempo, they're not in any sort of hurry. It seems like they know they can't get into a 50-point shootout with Mount Union.
Twins right, Twins to the boundary left side. 2nd down and 7, Thunder at the Mount Union 27-yard line. Fercucci in the gun, leading this play clock all the way down to 1, and then they snap it. He'll go back to throw in the flat, tipped up in the air, incomplete. Kreider was the intended receiver. Nice job defensively for the Purple Raiders. Keenan Cruz, the linebacker, 5'8", 205 pounds out of Miami.
Made a good play after the ball was tipped in the air because I thought the receiver had a chance to come up with it, but he stayed with his man. Made sure that he did.
There's the third down bell. 3rd and 7 for the Thunder at the Mount Union 27-yard line. Purple Raiders 20, Wheaton 7. 12:05 to go in the first half of play here at Kara Stadium in Alliance. Split backs. Rakucci in the gun, whistles, timeout, Wheaton. So the Thunder call a timeout with 12:05 to go in the first half. 20-7 Mount Union. Don't forget to start your day, start your week. Rex in the mornings on AM 1310 WDPN from 6 until 10. John Tesh from 10 until 3, and then you can join me. Sam Berkwood Show, Monday through Friday, 3 until 6, right here on AM 1310 WDPN and all across your 1310 WDPN social media platforms.
I can't wait to hear your Week 1 Cleveland Browns reaction.
Oh,
You might be surprised.
I'm leaning.
It might be our year.
Okay. So settle down over there.
You never know.
No, I know. I know. You know why I know? Because I've seen.
Yeah, I know.
But, hey, it's a new year. Quinshon Judkins officially signed this morning. 4 years, $11 million. Of course, he won't. I don't think he'll play Sunday. He hasn't been around. Here we go. Wheaton Thunder, 3rd and 7 at the Mount 27-yard line. Wide right, wide left. H-back both sides for Cucci in the gun. Motion to the right side. Raiders with 3 down linemen. For Cucci will play action and roll. It's a back screen left side. Boom at the 31-yard line. Caleb Renard knifing in to make the stop. And the wide receiver for the Wheaton Thunder, Malachi Jones, was in a very bad spot. It was catch it and hammered. Don't catch it, get hammered.
Yeah, welcome to the Boom Boom Room, number 19.
Wow. 44-yard field goal here if they try it, but into this wind, probably not a good idea. So the Thunder will go 4th and 7 at the Mount Union 27-yard line. Norton Hoven will go slot right, whistles. Timeout. Mount Union. So with 11:59 to go in the first half, the Purple Raiders are taking a timeout. The sun is coming through now. What a beautiful day here in the line. 70 degrees right now. But, it's weird. Look at the tailgating area. Look what the flags are doing.
I was just thinking
Now
that.
look at the scoreboard. Look what the flag is doing.
I wasn't thinking that.
What in the world is going on?
So the scoreboard flag is blowing to the right.
Toward the scoreboard. I mean, it is rippling. And then the tailgating area, it looks like a 40-mile-an-hour wind is going to the complete opposite end.
That's insane. I don't understand how that works, but it really is a great day for football. You know how I know it's great football weather? I'm not a huge coffee drinker. But when I wake up on a Saturday and I'm in the mood for a hot cup of black coffee, no cream, no sugar.
Oh, you're just going, okay.
I know it's football time.
68 degrees our official temperature right now. Purple Raider defense looking to get off the field now. Wheaton 4th and 7 at the Mount 27. Facucci back to throw. Incomplete. They were on the wrong page of the phone book right there. Whit Jewett turned in the pass on an out route. Incomplete. Purple Raiders take over 1st and 10.
In no man's land, you had to go for it right there.
Yeah, you did. You're not going to.
Nope.
You're not going to gain anything, even if you punt the ball out of bounds at the inside. I mean, you're just not. So, yeah, that was a good move there to go. But the Mount Union defense stands tall. And here we go, Purple Raiders. 1st and 10 Mount at their own 27-yard line. Raiders lead 20-7. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 1310 WDPN and all across our social media platforms on Facebook, on X. And, of course, you can check us out on YouTube on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel today. Mike Maloney going to back and throw. Mikey's in trouble, and he got hammered back to the 20-yard line. Well, they finally got him. To the Wheaton Thunder. Who's that young man? Johanic? Peter Johanic. Out of West Chicago, Illinois, Wheaton Academy. Well, can't really call it I thought he may have lost almost 10. He lost 8, so it's 2nd and 18 now. Mount Union just inside their own 20-yard line.
Mount Union with 219 total yards of offense before that sack.
So they're going to load it up strong to the left motion. Inside fake, pass, caught, 40, 45 to the 50. Up to the races to the 40, to the Wheaton 30, to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Purple Raiders, Jacob Cockrell into the end zone. 26-7 Mount Union. How about that?
Easy slant route, beautiful ball placement by the quarterback, and that looked like OBJ at MetLife Stadium the way he caught that ball and took off.
Kind of broke away, didn't he?
Exactly, untouched into the end zone. That was a perfect play, all because of the ball placement.
Boy, they have given us the season's worth of highlights already here in the first half. You're going to have a lot of highlights to play that time, my friend.
Going to be close to 300 yards of offense already.
Merrick on for the extra point. He gets his big foot in that. He blasts it through the pipes. The kick is good. 11 minutes flat to go in the first half. 27-7 Mount Union with a 20-point lead. Folks, they're doing it against the number 17th team in the country. Now, I know rankings are up there. They're on paper. They don't really mean anything. But it's a very good college football program, Wheaton at the Division III level, and right now the Purple Raiders are taking it to them.
Setting the tone. And I think, and I don't mean to jump way ahead, but this is Mount Union. And this is about winning national championships. And when the national championship, when the Stag Bowl is in Canton, Ohio, Mount Union has to be there. And this is a great test. This is a team that this is the playoff team. It's a team that you'll see in the playoffs.
Yep. And they have many times before, all here. But again, I just want to sell the fact that this is a very good football program. The Wheaton Thunder and Mount Union.
To come in here week 1 and do this to the 17th ranked team in the country.
There's the kickoff by the freshman. That ball's going to go in and out of the end zone. So good leg by Connell Raftery, and the Thunder will take over 1st and 10. They're down 20 here in the first half of play. By the way, your 2025 captains for Jeff Dart and the Purple Raiders today: Caleb Brown, Jerry Cooper, and Giovanni Kennedy. We haven't called Caleb Brown's name once today. And he's one of the best college football players in Division III. Must be running away from him or something, because this guy can play on my team any day. Well, Jesse Scott, the head coach of the Wheaton Thunder now, is just got to be perplexed. And I believe they just got to delay a game, which should never happen coming out of a kickoff that goes out of the end zone.
When you have a matchup like this.
Okay, they picked a flag up.
When you have two teams ranked in the top 25, the team that wins, and as it looks right now, 27-7, Mount Union just has nothing but upward to go. And when you look at Wheaton, it almost seems like they might just not have been ready to go.
Which is hard to believe. But, I mean, they looked ready today. Kikuchi back to throw, slings it deep down the left side. Caught at the Mount Union 39-yard line of the first down. That's a heck of a catch right there by Caleb Titherington. I told you about this young man. He can play ball. First down, Thunder.
Nice catch on the sideline. Little toe tap. Had to use the back shoulder. Catch, maneuver, turn around, the whole nine, everything. That was a great play.
And the fact that Kikuchi had to throw that ball into the wind, you could see it kind of wobbling on him a little bit, but Titherington was able to haul it in. First down, Thunder at the Mount 37-yard line. Twins right, slot left. Kikuchi throws it, bubble screen to the tight end 40, 35. Big fella rumbling down inside the 33, down to the 32-yard line. So the fullback, tight end, rather, Riley Howard out of Slaughter, Louisiana, Zachary High School. 5'10", 220 pounds, the young man for the Wheaton Thunder. Under 10 to go in the first half. Purple Raiders in front, 27-7. Stick around. Halftime activities will be coming up. Jeff Mears with all your local news, national news, sports, and weather. Ryan Bevere will handle the halftime activities with all the stats and highlights. That's all coming up here after the second quarter of play. Back to throw. Carcucci throws it way out of bounds. Incomplete. Snagged by one of the Purple Raiders over there on the sidelines. You know what? I don't know if we'll see number 93 today or not for Mount Union, so I'm going to give him a little shout-out for catching that pass. Freshman, Colden Bloom, out of South Columbia High School in Katawiasa, Pennsylvania. Good snag over there, young man.
Hey, look, Coach. Look what I can do.
I'm wearing 93. Look at these hands. 3rd down, 3 Thunder at the Mount Union 32-yard line on a sun-splashed Saturday afternoon here in Alliance, Ohio. A lot of clouds, but still the sun making its way through. There's a handoff to Kreider inside the 30. Kreider will barrel to the 28. That's a first down for the Thunder.
Like Maloney, Forcucci does a good job with the ball fake, too.
Yep.
Play action. And when you sell it like that every single time, it really works because the defense always has to be alert and looking. They can't just assume that you handed the ball off there.
So we're coming up on 9:05 to go in the first half. Mount Union 27, Wheaton 7. Here at Cara Stadium on the opening day for college football here in Division III. Forcucci in the gun. Play action. He'll go back to throw. He hums it deep down the right sideline. Got a man. Tetherington incomplete inside the 5-yard line. Pretty good coverage down there for the Purple Raiders.
Brandon Bowden.
Connor Adelman on the defensive stop for the Raiders out of Louisville, Ohio, the Leopards.
That was Brandon Bowden, senior, 6'2", 240. That was in the grill of the quarterback out of a 4-point stance. Just blew through his opposing left guard and forced the quarterback to get that one out of his hands.
Purple Raiders basically with 4 down linemen for most of the day. 3 down linemen and one guy standing up on the end. Pitch out to the right side. Kreider shakes off a tackle at the 25 and rumbles his way down close to the 21-yard line. Kreider will be taken out of bounds around the 22, so a good run there by the Wheaton running back. 8:38 to go in the first half. 27-7 Mount Union. Sam Berkman, Ryan Bevere with you. We'll be with you all season long. Purple Raider football on 1310 WDPN. High school football today. Stark County area, Glen Oak over Cleveland East Tech, 35-0. That was in the second quarter over at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. One of 3 games over there today. Motion to the right. Forcucci back to throw. Throws it over the middle. Caught inside the 15 to the 14. First down for the Wheaton Thunder. Kortenhoven. I've been calling him Kortenhaven, Kortenhoven. So I looked on the back for the pronunciation key. Not on there. So I'm going to go with Kortenhoven until I hear otherwise. 7:45 and the clock runs. Mount Union with a 20-point lead at home. A great crowd here today, by the way. Back to throw. Forcucci off his back foot in the back of the end zone. Tip to the ground. Incomplete. Boy, you talk about combat in the back of the end zone. They were going after it. The ball falls harmlessly to the turf. Incomplete. Zach Liebler, the former Maslin Tiger, was back there, and he's shaking up a bit in the back of the end zone.
And Parker Logan, the defensive end, was, again, pressuring the quarterback. He's not had a lot of time to throw, especially on this possession.
So now we've got both teams thought this was going to be like an official timeout, but it was just to get time for Zach Liebler to go off to the sideline, and now they're back ready to play. 7:32 in the first half, 2nd and 10 Thunder at the Mount Union 14-yard line. Purple Raiders in front, 27-7 here at Karis Stadium. Thunder going right to left into the wind. Kikuchi back to throw. Fires it incomplete at the 8-yard line. His receiver slipped and fell as the ball hit him right between the ones. Caleb Titterington couldn't hold on to it. We'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Good break for the Raiders right there. Now you got to make a stop on 3rd down. And then more than likely, if you get there, you're going to have to make another stop on 4th down.
I keep forgetting that monitor's up there.
It's nice.
I mean, do me a favor and hit those lights.
It was really nice.
Yeah, a little easier to see, not much. 3rd down and 10 now for the Thunder at the Mount 14. Trips to the left now. Motion to the right side. Kikuchi will hand it off right up the middle, inside the 15, 14, 13, 12 to the 11-yard line. So, it's an interesting call. We'll bring up 4th down and 7 now for the Thunder. 7:10 to go in the first half. Mount Union up by 20. And Wheaton now obviously will go here. 4th and 7. And the ball at the Mount Union 11-yard line. Here we go. Kikuchi in the gun. They're going to go trips right, twins left. It's an empty set. Motion to the boundary. Back the other way. Now sitting tight is Titterington. Here's the snap. Back to throw for Kikuchi. Now what? Mount Union got a timeout right before the snap of the ball. So the Purple Raiders called timeout, and that will leave them with 1 here in the first half. Stick around. Halftime activities coming up here on AM 1310 WGP. Hey, if you're out there listening, give us a shout. Give us a little, drop us a message, drop us a comment on our social media platforms, and let us know you're out there at Purple Raider Nation Day. We'll give you a little shout out on 1310 WGP. Love to hear from you. If you're out there listening, let us know. Start of the 4th quarter at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Glen Oak leads Cleveland East Tech 50-0. 3 o'clock today, you've got Pittsburgh Central Catholic taking on another very strong team out of PA. Of course, Pittsburgh Central Catholic is where the great Hall of Famer Dan Marino played his college football. The other PA team playing today, Jason Taylor, former Akron Zip and Miami Dolphin and Hall of Famer, going at it. And then Cleveland Heights and McKinley will play tonight at 7 on Q92. Back to throw for Kikuchi. Looking right, being chased. Fires the ball in the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Great defense by Zach Liebler in the end zone for Mount Union. And the Raider defense holds again. And Mount takes over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line. Every once in a while, we got to throw a bone to the defense. They took care of their business right there, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great play in the back of the end zone. I couldn't tell if maybe he wasn't trying to intercept that ball. It wouldn't make sense because then that would come out to the 20.
Out to the 20, yeah.
But it looked like he could have and almost batted it away. But I could be wrong about that far end of the field.
So here come the Raiders now. Little breeze at their back as they are 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line. Maloney in the gun. Anderson trips right. They're going to pitch it to the right side to Darnell. 10. Darnell to the 14 and spun out of bounds. Tackled by Rex Kroger for the Wheaton Thunder.
Good chance to use the last 6 minutes of the half.
Oh, yeah. If you're Mount, I mean, obviously if you strike here, okay.
Sure.
But if you just kind of grind these guys down, put one on the board, make it a 27, 28-point game at the half, I think you're feeling pretty good there. 2nd down and 7 for the Raiders from their own 15-yard line. Trips package to the left. Mikey Maloney in the gun, the sophomore, looking good here today. Maloney throws a quick pass out in the flat, caught. 25 to, 20 out to the 23-yard line. Nicky Turner. Keep forgetting he's wearing number 2 this year. I'm so used to that number 17. I got to force feed myself. Nicky Turner, number 2. Never understood why a lot of players, your entire career, and then your senior year, you change your number.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there's a reason for it, but I never quite got that.
I never did it. I never did either.
Mikey Maloney fakes it. Maloney's going to run it. Needs a block. Won't get it. And Maloney will go down at the 23-yard line. Like the idea there, just a little slow in developing. And by the time it was time to go, the Thunder had 2 or 3 there to make the stop. Joseph Bracey was the first one there out of Whitfield, Illinois, to make the stop for the Thunder.
He used to wear the number 2 the whole life.
Yeah.
And then I had to wear the number 6 because number 2 got taken on a new team. And I was upset about that. And I was only 13. I just couldn't imagine wearing the same number and then changing it. But you're right. There's got to be something.
Maybe you wanted to go from a double to a single digit. I don't know. Second down at 11 now. Maloney back to throw. Mikey's got time. Steps up. Throws it. Oh, he's got a man. Incomplete at the Wheaton 35-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Jacob Cockrell had broken free. Little too much mustard on that one from Maloney. Little too much. Third down.
I'll take a pro from that play. Jacob Cockrell, like he's done the entire first half, has put Wheaton's DBs on notice.
Looks like he's got a little hitch in his giddy-up now, Cockrell, as he goes over to the sideline. Hopefully he didn't strain anything.
He was, again, 5 yards ahead of Wheaton's defensive backs.
All right, Mount Union now 3rd and 11 at their own 22-yard line. Purple Raiders 27, the Thunder 7, 4:32 to go in the first half of play. You can hear the Wheaton crowd underneath trying to get their guys to make a stop. Maloney to throw. Mikey steps up 5 years. Caught! First down, Raiders at the 36-yard line. There he is, Nick Turner. 1st and 10, Purple Raiders.
The ball placement from Mikey Maloney, sophomore quarterback, has just been outstanding today. That would have only been a completion if he throws it into one spot and he drilled it.
Mikey Maloney looks good today for the Purple Raiders. His first start for Mount Union at home against the number 17 team in the country. He gets a purple check mark so far today. Raiders going to go trips left. Darnell Williams to tailback. Maloney will give it to Darnell. Coming around the right side. Got a block at the 35. Kept his feet 40, 45, 46, 47-yard line. Darnell Williams. That's why you do those drills in practice. A little spin drill. You stay on your feet, keep your balance, move the sticks. First down, Mount Union.
These running backs for Mount have the willpower just to stay up. I'm telling you, when you have that willpower to just stay on your feet, you'll stay on your feet longer.
Darnell Williams out of Cleveland, Ohio. John Adams. He's really been patient. Now, he's got a lot of playing time the last couple of years, but I remember the last several, we were just hoping up here in the booth, give him the ball more, give him the ball more. Boy, they're doing it now. Boy, is it paying off. Back to throw, Mikey Maloney steps up in the pocket, throws, caught, incomplete. Oh, in and out of the hands for Allen. But a penalty flag back at the 44. This might be a hold on Mount Union.
It could be pass interference against Wheaton. Matt Anderson looked like it was being held, but he wasn't the intended receiver, but he did have his hands up for it. But that was kind of weird.
So holding penalty on the Purple Raiders will take the Mount Union back to their own 37-yard line. 2:59 to go in the first half. 27-7. Raiders with the lead. Mount number 2 in the country, Wheaton number 17. See a lot of the Purple Raider basketball team down there on the track, got their trackside seats, taking the ball game in today. Assistant coach Jeffrey Mansfield down there. Here's a handoff right over the right side. That's going nowhere. Down at the 38-yard line. Gain of 1. We'll call it second down and 9. Elijah Harrington is down there. Purple Raider basketball not that far away. Coach Fuline will have it ready to go over at the Mack Center coming up here at the end of November, early December. Well, we had a nice little trip to Indiana a couple years ago, didn't we? For the Final Four. Wasn't that something?
It was a fun trip, fun ride. Wish the last 30 seconds would have been a little different.
Still angry at that. Back to throws Maloney. Mikey steps up on the pocket, and they're going to get him. Sacked him at the 39-yard line. And Wheaton is going to call a timeout with 2:14 to go. They've got 2 remaining.
Could have been a foul called. Could have been a traveling violation.
Felt so bad for the Purple Raiders that day. I mean, I think half of Alliance was there. I think half of the university was there. I mean, the place was just purple. And on the big stage for the national championship and Division III college basketball, we were that close. And Christopher Newport University got us at the end and had to settle for second place. But what a ride it was, and hopefully we can do that again.
Buzzer beater fashion, too.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have counted, though.
I don't think so either.
Traveling violation should have been called. It was right there. It was right there under the basket.
So timeout here by Wheaton. They've got one left. Purple Raiders have one left. Don't forget, next Saturday, Ryan and I will be in Grove City, PA, Mount Union, Grove City, 1 o'clock, right here on 1310 WDPN. And then we are off the following week, bye week, and then we jump into the OAC play here in 2025.
What stung more about that basketball national championship was we were fresh off of the North Central Mount Union national championship down at the Navy base.
Right.
And that game we felt kind of ended the same way with a game, and I don't mean to be nitpicking officials, but when it comes down to the last couple seconds of the game, that has to be called correct.
Big play here for the Mount offense. 3rd and 18 at their 37. Thomas in motion left. It's going to be a draw to Darnell. 30, 35, down at the 37. So they went close to the vest there. And you got to remember, we also have the 2-minute timeout in college football now. Second year we've had that they stole from the NFL. And so with 2 minutes to go, we have a timeout, and we'll break. Purple Raiders 27, Wheaton 7. Back with more on 1310. Stay with us.
Hey, Joe. Good to see you. What brings you out today?
What's up, Sam? Need to pick up a few tools. You?
I need new faucets and a vanity, maybe even a whole new bathroom. But I can't get any help or find what I need in this place.
Yeah, Sam. These big hardware stores are great for tools and appliances, but not for kitchens and bathrooms. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard Plumbing Registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath this Thursday evening until 7 at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park. Robertson Kitchen and Bath, where amazing meets affordable.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Mike Franklin, it checks up inside the 5. It'll roll to the 4, to the 3, to the 2, to the 1-yard line. How about Mike Franklin? And, of course, the official saw the need to throw a flag at the 45-yard line. What a punt by Franklin. Downed it inside the 2 of Wheaton. So half the distance on that penalty. It's against Wheaton holding during the punt. So that'll take it from the 2 to the 1.
Yeah, I mean, not able to come up with points right there, but they did take over 4 minutes off the clock, pinned them inside the 1-yard line, and with 1:47 to go, Mount Union looks pretty good going into the half as long as they can hold them right here. Maybe even come up with some points on the defensive side of the ball.
Maybe you'll catch one off in the flat here and take it in. So Wheaton is 99 yards away. 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line. Purple Raiders up by 20, $1:47 to go here in the first half of play, and they are in the shadow of their own end zone. Bercucci will play action, back to throw, fires it incomplete. Oh my goodness. Caleb Renard was the closest there. He's wearing a purple helmet. But unfortunately for Mount, his back was to the quarterback, didn't see the ball in the air, incomplete, second down. Well, that is a dicey play call in your own end zone right there.
It's tough. I mean, what you can't run. How do you throw? This is a very almost impossible situation for Wheaton.
Now throwing it, stopping the clock there on 1st down now gives Mount a legit shot now here now, maybe to get the ball back. There's a handoff, fake it. Kikuchi's going to run out to the right, and he goes out of bounds. So for Kikuchi, goes out of bounds at the 4. That stops the clock again with 1:38 to go. And the Raiders still have that timeout in their back pocket.
The only positive I could take away from that for Wheaton is they're now out of the end zone with the ball at the 4. But even if they run shotgun, the heels are going to be on the goal line. And you're right, Sam. Throwing the ball incomplete, now running out of bounds. Mount Union saves that timeout.
It might come back to bite Wheaton. You never know. 3rd and 7, Thunder at their own 4. Raiders get a stop here. They're in business. Trips to the right, slot left. 4 in the pattern, 1 tailback for Kikuchi in the gun. Motion to the near side for Kikuchi back to throw. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to run. He's to the 5. He's going to slide down and be trampled at about the 9. And the Purple Raiders will call that timeout with the 1:24 to go. They're going to get great field position after this punt. I wonder if Coach Scott of Wheaton is now second-guessing himself throwing the ball in that first down play. And you stop the clock, and that kind of led to the rest of that short drive definitely being in favor of the Mount Union defense.
I think the only reason you throw on first down is you're just trying to avoid a safety. You don't want the running back to get mashed up behind the line of scrimmage and catch that safety. At least if you throw it, the quarterback has the ability to throw it away. But, yeah, very unfortunate for Wheaton. And Mount Union's going to get great field position. The punter's going to be punting out of his own end zone. We're set up at midfield. We should only have about 30 to 40 yards to go after this one.
So the Purple Raiders defense does their job. And let's see. The former Hoover Viking Mason Ashby is back at the Wheaton 47-yard line. We'll see if Mason can make a little magic here on this punt by the Thunder. Punting out of their own end zone. High snap. They don't get the punt off, but now they do. And it's a pretty good kick under the circumstances. Boy, did Wheaton dodge a bullet there. That ball's going to roll 40, 39, 38, 37-yard line. That should have been a disaster for Wheaton.
That's the best case scenario.
Wow.
Without the almost blocked punt. Like if you snap that ball and it's clean, that's exactly what the results you're looking for are. So a lucky break for Wheaton, but still 1:09 for Mount Union to go, and they didn't even need 1:09 and on a couple of their possessions to get down there.
So you got to credit special teams by the Thunder. Now Mount has to go 63 yards for the touchdown, but certainly within the realm of possibility. Pitch outside, quick Thomas, 35. Sean to the 40. Sean Thomas going to be taken down at the 41-yard line, gain of 4.
Didn't quite get the edge to get out of bounds right there.
Remember, Mount out of timeouts. 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second down. Maloney rolling right. Rolling, got a man open, and behind him, incomplete, almost intercepted at the Wheaton 40-yard line. Tried to get it to Nick Turner. Great closing speed by the Thunder. Defensive back Joseph Bracey on the coverage. And now the Raiders are faced with a 3rd and 6 at their own 41-yard line. And now the cloud cover has kind of taken over the skies here at Mount Union.
I like the aggressiveness, though.
Yeah.
Not just running the ball and running the clock down, going into the halftime.
See what they dial up here. Thomas will be your tailback. Purple Raiders are going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1 to the left, 4 wide receivers. Now Thomas in motion will throw it to Sean out of the backfield 40, 45, got a block 50, got the first down and got out of bounds. Sean Thomas needed a couple of blocks. He got him over here in traffic. First down Raiders at the Wheaton Thunder 49-yard line. 41 seconds to go in the first half. Mount Union still in command, 27-7. The Raiders ranked number 2 in the country. Wheaton number 17 in the country in Division III. Now Mount Union can maybe let it loose here a little bit. 1st and 10 Raiders at the Thunder 49, going left to right. Wind at their back, Maloney to throw. Mikey steps up in the pocket. Mikey Maloney got sacked back at the 43-yard line. That time the pocket broke and Maloney had nowhere to go. Rex Kroger, 6'3", 240, was there first for Wheaton. Now you got to wonder if Jeff Dart might say, you know what, we might just kind of go into the locker room here with a 20-point lead. I think that's what they're going to do. Game clock is at 8, the play clock's at 17. They really don't have to run another play. They will not. 2 quarters in the books at Karas Stadium on the campus of the University of Mount Union. It's a good start to 2025 for the guys in purple. Your score, the Mount Union Purple Raiders 27 and the Wheaton Thunder 7. The big halftime report with Ryan Bevere and Jeff Mears and the crew is coming up next. Stay with us on 1310 WDPN.
When man's best friend chases the family cat through the window screen, you need a rapid repair from Bonfort Glass. In warmer weather, accidents can happen. When a hole in your window or door screen is keeping you from enjoying the fresh air, take that torn screen to Bonfort's for a speedy, expert repair. You think of Bonfort's for glass repair, but don't forget, they can take care of just about any problem you may have with a window or door, including screens. If your screens are old, worn, corroded, or torn, bring them into Bonfort Glass and Alliance. Replace those shabby old screens with new aluminum or fiberglass ones that will wear better and last longer. Bonfort's experts give you the quality you can depend on and service that's unsurpassed. So even if your best pal chased the cat through the window screen, just take it to Bonfort's for a rapid repair. For all your glass and window needs, rely on Bonfort Glass, 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
Craving something fresh in Alliance? Head to Pulp, where every day starts with in-house fresh squeezed juices, packed with real fruits and veggies. Need a boost? Try our wheatgrass or ginger shots. Small shots, big energy. Hungry? We've got you covered with crave-worthy bowls and wraps, loaded with flavor and made fresh just for you. Come visit us on 450 West State Street in Alliance. Healthy never tasted this good. Fresh flavors made just for you.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of AM 1310 WDPN News. A Canton woman who allegedly stabbed her daughter to death has been formally charged with the crime. Stark County grand jury indicted 49-year-old Terry Niner on charges of involuntary manslaughter and negligent assault. She was initially charged with murder, felonious assault, and domestic violence. In the July 10th incident at her home on 20th Street Northeast, Niner is accused of stabbing 30-year-old Ayla Mangan of Canton in the back during an argument. She later died of her injuries at Mercy Hospital. The grand jury declined to indict Niner's husband, who was charged with obstructing justice. Terry Niner is scheduled for arraignment September 12th in Common Pleas Court. A Holmes County woman faces 7 counts, including aggravated murder, after an indictment by a Tuscarawas County grand jury. 40-year-old Ruth Miller is expected to be arraigned Monday in Tuscarawas County Common Pleas Court. Miller's 4-year-old son Vincent drowned in Atwood Lake August 23rd. Sheriff Orvis Campbell said the incident was the result of a religious delusion. Miller had driven a golf cart into the lake at the Marina West that morning with 4 of her children as passengers. The boy's body was found in the lake that night. 15-year-old daughter and twin 18-year-old sons got out of the water on their own. $3.7 million has been awarded in emergency shelter and support service grants for domestic violence victims and their dependents in Ohio. The State Office of Criminal Justice Service awarded the grants Wednesday. Alliance Area Domestic Violence Shelter will receive more than $39,000, while the Domestic Violence Project of Stark County will get $95,000. $40,000 will go to Catholic Charities Regional Agency of Columbiana County and $76,600 to Compass Family and Community Services of Mahoning County. The money covers the year ending June 30th, 2026. 2 lawsuits stemming from the 2023 train derailment in East Palestine have been transferred to Columbiana County Common Pleas Court. The cases were filed in Franklin County, but a change of venue was granted after a defendant argued the incident occurred in Columbiana County. The plaintiffs include area residents who opted out of a class action lawsuit settled in federal court, as well as some who opted in. The 52 defendants include Norfolk Southern, environmental cleanup companies, healthcare providers, and local governments, police and fire departments, and schools. They're accused of failing to protect the public or warn of the dangers presented by chemicals released after the accident. The suits also allege the wrongful deaths of 7 people after the derailment. A Massillon man arrested after a police chase across state lines Sunday night is set to appear in court on charges in West Virginia. A hearing for 41-year-old Van Jones is scheduled Thursday in Hancock County Magistrate Court. He's charged with fleeing, receiving stolen property, and driving with a suspended license. Jones is accused of leading a Columbiana County Sheriff's deputy and East Liverpool police officer on a pursuit in a stolen vehicle from Route 39 to the Chester exit across the state line on Route 30. After his extradition, he faces charges including robbery, strangulation, and intimidation. Jones also is charged with violating a protection order. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We've posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
The Youngstown Ursuline football game scheduled for tonight has been canceled. A federal lawsuit was filed this week against the school, administrators, coaching staff, and several members of the football team and their parents. It alleges a member of the team was physically and sexually assaulted by other team members. The incidents were recorded on videos shared in the team's group chat and were later sent to other students and the community at large. It also alleges a lack of proper investigation and a cover-up by administrators. The school says disciplinary action has been taken against some students most directly involved with the alleged incidents and says some other students involved had left the football program before any disciplinary action could be imposed. Farrell coach Amp Pegues said he was informed of the game's cancellation Thursday by Ursuline coach Dan Reardon. The city of Warren, a police officer, and a hospital are denying claims made in a federal lawsuit filed by a woman arrested after a miscarriage. Brittany Watts was charged with abuse of a corpse following a September 2023 incident. The grand jury later declined to indict her. The suit claims Watts went to St. Joseph Hospital after experiencing pain and bleeding at roughly 21 weeks of pregnancy. She alleges she was denied timely and appropriate medical care after being diagnosed with a condition known as placental abruption. Watts says she went home untreated and miscarried. She visited the hospital a third time and accuses hospital staff and police of fabricating evidence against her, conspiring with a police detective to report her, and being interrogated. The city says the interrogation was consensual, and the hospital says Watts left the hospital twice against their advice. A Warren man is guilty of kidnapping and felonious assault. A jury in Trumbull County Common Pleas Court returned the verdict Thursday in the case of 64-year-old John Baker. He was acquitted of rape. On February 20th, Baker was accused of sexually assaulting a 70-year-old woman in Champion Township. The victim then locked herself in a bathroom. Baker was arrested after he was found in the woman's home. Police found a knife in the bedroom and noted stab marks on the bathroom door. A pre-sentence investigation will be conducted before he receives his sentence. A Detroit man was arrested after being stopped on I-80 in Portage County this week. 26-year-old Jalen Davis was charged with trafficking in meth and possession of a controlled substance. The sheriff's office says a package containing about 220 grams of methamphetamine was found by a canine officer. The car was stopped by deputies and the Portage Aggressive Crime Enforcement Unit for a minor traffic violation. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, but first a look at the forecast. For the overnight, increasingly cloudy skies with a low near 54. Tomorrow, a chance of morning showers. Clouds will gradually make way for mostly sunny skies, a high around 70. Saturday night, partly cloudy, cooler, a low of 46. Mostly sunny on Sunday, a high around 68. From the AM 1310 WDPN newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears.
Do you or a loved one suffer with back pain? Most chronic back problems are caused by compression from the disc being thinner and thinner as we get older. At the Disc Center of Alliance, also known as Family Health Physical Medicine, all we have to do is put the patient on the table and decompress the spine. These treatments are so gentle, patients usually fall asleep. They don't have to go through the shots, surgeries, all the physical therapy, or painful and invasive procedures or drugs. If you have an MRI scan, we can look at it and tell you if we can help you or not. Seeing us can change your life. Give us a call, 330-821-4455. Hey, Joe. Good to see you. What brings you out today?
What's up, Sam? Need to pick up a few tools. You?
Oh, I need new kitchen cabinets and countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place.
Yeah, Sam. These big hardware stores are great for tools and appliances, but not for kitchens and bathrooms. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson Kitchen and Bath Gallery is a craft-made dealer, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath this Thursday evening until 7 at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park. Robertson Kitchen and Bath, where amazing meets affordable.
Go back and relive all the action with Q92 Sports on SoundCloud. Whether it's high school or University of Mount Union football and basketball, we've got you covered from 2016 through today. Catch every thrilling game and heart-pounding moment anytime you want. Q92 Sports is your go-to for local sports action. Find us on SoundCloud at Q92 Radio, and don't forget to stream all of our games live on Friday night at Q92radiosports.com.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Halftime here at Care Stadium. Mount Union Purple Raiders opening up the season with a good one against Wheaton, the number 17th ranked team in the country, and Mount Union taking it to them. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Bevere with you at halftime. Sam will be back for the kickoff of the third quarter. But you got me right now. And it's 27-7 Raiders over Wheaton. We've got the Mount Union band out on the field. Let's set the stage. It is a beautiful football day here in Alliance on the campus of Mount Union. We've got a great crowd for Mount Union and Wheaton Thunder. They traveled 6.5 hours from west of Chicago, Illinois to be here today. It's a really good matchup, but it's going to be a 6.5 hour bus ride home, and it's not going to be pretty for Wheaton if they can't get things going here in the second half. I'll give you stats here momentarily, but let's get to some highlights and show you exactly how we got here. 27-7. It started real quick first quarter. Within 2 minutes of the game, Wyatt Steele on a 5-yard pass from Mikey Maloney to get us on the board. 6-0 Mount Union.
Back to foot. Now Darnell's going to go back. Anderson, H-back left. Grant in motion. Fakes to Darnell. Mikey rolls. Throws end zone. Touchdown! Purple Raiders! Boom! 13-17 to go in the first quarter of play. And the machine is on the board. 6-0. Raiders in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Union.
We'll have to have Sam Berkwin give you that stat. Mount Union over 500 straight games with a touchdown on the board. It goes back to, I believe, the 80s. And they didn't stop there. Number 4 for Mount Union. He's had a great first half. Jacob Cockrell. He caught a 17-yard pass from Mikey Maloney. Mikey Maloney's second touchdown of the game put us at 13-0 for Mount.
So you're looking at about, 5.5, 6 for a car. Buses usually take a little longer.
Yeah, that is
But,
true.
yeah, that's not too bad.
And a boring trip on the turnpike.
Here we go, Raiders. They're going to stack twins right. Maloney back to throw. Mikey steps up in the pocket. He's going to throw into the end zone. Touchdown, Purple Raiders. Jacob Cockrell out of Stockbridge, Georgia, hauls it in. Mount Union 12, Wheaton nothing.
So it was 13-0 after the PAT was good, and with 5:49 to go, Wheaton was able to get their first points of the season on the board. Matt Kreider with a 10-yard rush made it 13-7.
So far, that you just had a rough afternoon here.
We'll see what Mount Union can do right here inside the 10.
Mark Forcucci, the quarterback, gets the shotgun snap, hands it off over the right side. 5-4-2 touchdown. That was way too easy for Matt Kreider, the sophomore running back, right between the right guard tackle, and he.
One of my favorite players to watch so far in the first half for Mount Union, Sean Thomas. He rushed he caught a 42-yard pass from Mikey Maloney. Mikey Maloney's third touchdown of the afternoon in the first half put us 20-7.
He'll line up to the left. It's the inverted wishbone. Mikey Maloney in the gun on a 3rd and 1. Maloney gives it off, fakes it. Now he's going to throw it. Got a man open at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, 42 yards. Sean Thomas from Mikey Maloney. And the Purple Raiders are on the board again. It's 19-7 Mount Union.
And like they did in the first quarter. Mount Union struck early in the second quarter. Cockrell, an 81-yard touchdown pass from number 15, Mikey Maloney, put us to 27-7.
So they're going to load it up strong to the left motion. Inside fake, pass, caught, 40, 45 to the 50. To the races to the 40, to the Wheaton 30, to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Purple Raiders, Jacob Cockrell into the end zone. 26-7, Mount Union. How about that? So
and there we have it. It is 20.
Motion.
Another touchdown after that, or any points along the way. How about some stats for you for the entire game? The first downs, Mount Union 14, Wheaton 10. Rushing yards, Mount Union has rushed it 21 times for 105 yards, and Wheaton's only rushed it 10 times for 69. Passing yards, Wheaton 114, Mount Union 230. Pass completions, attempts to interception ratio, Wheaton 10 of 23, 0 interceptions. Mount Union 12 of 16, 0 interceptions as well. Total offensive play yards, 33 plays for 183 yards for Wheaton, and Mount Union doubling that, 37 plays on offense for 335 yards, 0 fumbles, 0 interceptions. Couple of punts, 3 on the day, averaging 50 yards for Wheaton, 60 yards for Mount Union. Special teams has been really on point for Wheaton. We can talk about that coming up later on in the halftime show. Like I said, no fumbles lost. Penalties, 1 for Mount Union for 10 yards. Wheaton got flagged 3 times for 16 yards. Time of possession, Mount Union is winning by 5 minutes, 17:30 to 12:30 in time of possession. Third down conversions. This has been what I think is just the icing on the cake, and the reason Mount Union has just been pedal to the metal. It's 5 of 7 on third down conversions versus Wheaton's 3 of 8 on third down conversions. And on fourth down conversions, Wheaton's only 1 of 3, and Mount Union converted their only fourth down conversion attempt. Mount Union's been in the red zone twice. They were successful both times. Wheaton was in the end zone twice, and Mount Union stopped them once. We've got about 5 minutes to go until we kick things off in the third quarter. More stats. We'll get individual player stats and thoughts on the upcoming third and fourth quarter from Alliance Cara Stadium. Let's take a break and send it back to the station on AM 1310 WDPN.
When man's best friend chases the family cat through the window screen, you need a rapid repair from Bonfort Glass. In warmer weather, accidents can happen. When a hole in your window or door screen is keeping you from enjoying the fresh air, take that torn screen to Bonfort's for a speedy, expert repair. You think of Bonfort's for glass repair, but don't forget, they can take care of just about any problem you may have with a window or door, including screens. If your screens are old, worn, corroded, or torn, bring them into Bonfort Glass and Alliance. Replace those shabby old screens with new aluminum or fiberglass ones that will wear better and last longer. Bonfort's experts give you the quality you can depend on and service that's unsurpassed. So even if your best pal chased the cat through the window screen, just take it to Bonfort's for a rapid repair. For all your glass and window needs, rely on Bonfort Glass, 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
What's trending? Here's what you can find online.
Q92radiosports.com is the official website of the Q92 Sports Network. It's also your home for all of our high school and University of Mount Union football and basketball games. It's where you can stream games live. Go to our SoundCloud page to relive games from the past. You can check out our upcoming broadcast schedule, get scores from around the area, and find your local sports news. It's all just a click away at Q92radiosports.com.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back to Cara Stadium on the campus of Mount Union. The Purple Raiders hosting the number 17 team in the country, Wheaton, and they are taking it to them. It's 27-7. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside Sam Berkwin. Let's get into some player stats for Mount Union. How about this quarterback, Mikey Maloney? He has rushed the ball for 30 yards. Sean Thomas has rushed the ball. No, excuse me. I'm on the wrong side of the paper. No, I've got it. 6 times for Mikey Maloney for 30 yards. Sean Thomas, 6 for 30. And Darnell Williams, 9 for 30. How about passing? Mikey Maloney, 12 of 16 for 230 yards, 4 touchdowns for the Purple Raiders in the first half. He took 2 sacks. His longest throw was 81 yards. Receiving Nick Turner, 5 targets for 4 receptions, 56 yards. Jacob Cockrell, he caught the ball 3 times for 106 yards. He got into the end zone twice. Sean Thomas, 3 of 3, 56 yards, and a touchdown. We even got Davion Grant in the mix for a 7-yard completion. On the defensive side of the ball, Jerry Cooper leads the way with 3 total tackles. Costa T with 2 tackles. We've got Weston Arthur with 2 assisted tackles and Rakeem Mills with 2 unassisted tackles. That takes us with 30 seconds to go. Sam Berkwin joins us back here in the broadcast booth. And what do you think about the second half? Kind of a great start. Could have asked for anything better for Mount Union in the first.
I'll tell you what, the Purple Raiders came out slinging today. I mean, their first 2 drives were an absolute thing of beauty. And, I know a lot of pro teams, and I assume a lot of college teams also, maybe script their first 10, 15 plays of the day. And I don't know what Coach Dart and the staff had drawn up, but the first 2 series were just as beautiful of offensive football as you're going to see. And they just look like this was like their 5th or 6th game of the year. And that's the intriguing thing is not only is this the first game, but against a program like Wheaton, again, number 17 in the country. And again, I don't want to make too much out of the preseason rankings because I forget an old ball coach friend of mine, he says the preseason rankings are worth what they're on and paper. And but just to come out of the box the way they did with Mikey Maloney at quarterback, sophomore, plugging in a couple of new offensive linemen, plugging in some wide receivers, guys that got a little bit or maybe no playing time a year ago. And it just proves out the fact, in 2025, it's the microwavable society for adults, for kids, for everybody. But if you wait your turn here and you catch the coach's eye at some point, you're going to get your opportunity to play. And that's what it's all about here at Mount Union. You come in here and you see 300 guys in the football program and think, how the heck am I ever going to get on the field? You just got to wait your time, take your reps seriously, work hard, practice, be a good student, be accountable, and good things will happen. And good things are happening for a lot of these young men today, and so far, so good. Second half kickoff underway. Thunder return at the 5, right hash now up to the middle of the 10 of the 15, and going to be taken down at around the 17-yard line. Good downfield tackle by the Purple Raiders on special teams. That was Connor Adelman down there, the young man from Louisville, making the stop, and the Thunder will take over 1st and 10. The wind has subsided just a tad in the stadium. Now outside, across the way, the tailgating area, it's still whipping around pretty good right to left, but inside here it's calmed down considerably since what we had in the first half of play. We'll check the college football scoreboard here for you as we move along here this afternoon. Sam Berkwin, Ryan Bevere, good to be with you on this Saturday afternoon. 13:10 WDPN. Bercucci back to throw. It's an out pattern, and it is out of bounds. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Not the way the Thunder wanted to start their first drive of the day.
Not at all. The way Mount Union started the game, they had the ball, you want to start that here in the 3rd quarter. That's what you want to do. And they're running out of time. This is obviously a huge possession that's been talked about the last 20 minutes at halftime.
Baylor and SMU 24-24 in late 3rd quarter. One of the bigger matchups in college football today. Bercucci throws, out pattern caught, and immediately Liebler brings him down at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of a couple. They're going to be third down and long now for the Thunder. Just getting cranked up here in the second half of play at Mount Union. Game 1 of the 2025 college football season, and the Raiders are off to a good start here so far, 27-7. Texas Tech 55, Kent State nothing, late third quarter. That could be covered town by the time it's all said and done.
I could have said something. I chose not to.
I just kind of danced around that a little bit. Bercucci back to throw. Raiders got him. Hello, Caleb Brown. There's the first sack of the year for the All-American. And Bercucci now is starting to see his offensive line really kind of get beaten up a little bit by the Purple Raiders defense. And Caleb Brown, again, All-American, number 7, made the tackle, and it's a loss, and it's a 4th and 16 coming up for Wheaton.
Purple Raiders won the first possession in the first quarter. Now they won the first possession in the third quarter. Starting to slip away from Wheaton, but it's not out of control yet. This is where Mount Union needs to put the pedal on the floor and make it out of control.
Josiah Smith back to punt it away for the Thunder. He's about 4 yards deep in his end zone. Bangs it out of there. Mason Ashby on the run. Got it 40. Mason 35. Ashby stays in bounds 30. And the former Hoover Viking does a nice job and returns that ball to the Wheaton Thunder 29-yard line. Mason Ashby. Remember the name. First down, Mount Union. Back to the college football scoreboard. Florida State 70, East Texas A&M nothing. Shame on you, Florida State. Shame on you. End of the third, Indiana leads Kennesaw State 42-9. Illinois 28, Duke 13 halfway through the third. Pitt leads Central Michigan 31-17. The Cy-Hawk Trophy, what a beauty. 13-13. Iowa State going to the fourth quarter in Ames. See if Matt Campbell and the Cyclones can pull that one out today. Exactly 13-10 to go here in the quarter. Maloney fires it. Caught over the middle. First down inside the 15-yard line. Davion Grant almost had reservations for 6, but he got pulled down at the last second. But a big play to start the first drive for the Raiders. First down at the Wheaton 16-yard line. Well, that's been there all day.
It is right on the money. It's in the perfect spot. I could catch these passes. Not to take away from Mount's receivers. I'm just saying the ball placement from Mikey Maloney has been great all afternoon.
Cockrell and Grant split to the right. Darnell, your tailback. Williams will get it inside the 15, inside the 10. Look at Darnell Williams power his way inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. First and goal, Mount Union. Darnell Williams, a guy, again, who was patient last couple years. Maybe didn't get as many touches as he thought that he could. But the young man out of Cleveland, Ohio, John Adams High School, getting a lot of touches today. It's first and goal, Mount Union.
Let's see if they just pound it in here. First down at the 3. In my eyes, you've got 4 opportunities to run it in.
So the Purple Raiders now, wide right, wide left, Anderson tight right, Thomas is your tailback. Now the offset eye, they'll give it to Sean Thomas, right over left guard, slams his way inside the 2. And they're going to mark him down right around the 2, maybe the 2.5 yard line for Thomas. Wyatt Steele, the tight end, number 45, in that last offensive formation for Coach Jeff Dart for Mount Union. Talk about Caleb Brown, preseason All-American. Offensive lineman Giovanni Kennedy, also a preseason All-American for Mount Union. They just keep churning them out. Second and goal, Raiders just inside the Thunder 3. Mikey Maloney in the gun. Grant in a slot left. Cockrell wide to the left. Grant comes in motion back to the other side. Too much time. That's a 5-yard penalty on Mount Union. Don't see that often, so it'll be second and goal from the 8-yard line now.
Yeah, you can't have that.
Boy, I tell you what, it must be beat up on Cupcake Day in college football. Minnesota 66, Northwestern State nothing in the third quarter. Texas 31, San Jose State 7, late third. North Carolina State leads Virginia 35-21. Play action. Maloney's going to fake it. Maloney's going to keep it. Mikey's going to be taken down inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line for a gain of 1.
You don't want to give Wheaton any hope, any sort of hope here.
I'll be interested to see what Coach Start does here if they don't get it. Will they kick the field goal to make it a 23-point game, or do they kind of semi-go for the throat here early in the third and try to put another 6 spot up on the board? See what they got dialed up. 3rd and 6, Purple Raiders. 3rd and goal at the Wheaton 6-yard line. Twins right, slot left is Cockrell. Anderson in motion. Bad snap. Nobody was ready. Whistles, flags. What do we have? False start, Mount Union. So not a real clean last couple of plays here for the Raiders.
What this can't turn into is it's 27-7. We got the stop to start the game. We drove all the way down. It's that we can't think that the game is over. And I'm not saying the players think that, but with a couple of offensive penalties inside your own 10-yard line, you gotta clean it up.
3rd and goal now from the Thunder 11. Mikey Maloney back to throw. Steps up, fires it, caught at the 10, inside the 6, and down at the 6-yard line. So Nick Turner with the catch, and now here comes the field goal unit for Coach Jeff Dart. Our first field goal attempt of the day for Merrick, who 56 for 58 in extra points last year, had a 51-yard field goal against Capital last season, did Merrick. This will be a chippy, a 24-yard field goal attempt, hash mark to the left, a little bit of a crosswind. Raiders are set. There's the snap. There's the spot. Merrick gets his foot into it, drives it up and through, and the kick is good. So the Purple Raiders look like they may be headed for 6, but they end up with 3. And with 8:55 to go in the third quarter, we'll take a timeout. It's the University of Mount Union 30. Wheaton 7. Purple Raider football continues on 1310 WDPN.
Craving something fresh in Alliance? Head to Pulp, where every day starts with in-house fresh squeezed juices, packed with real fruits and veggies. Need a boost? Try our wheatgrass or ginger shots. Small shots, big energy. Hungry? We've got you covered with crave-worthy bowls and wraps, loaded with flavor and made fresh just for you. Come visit us on 450 West State Street in Alliance. Healthy never tasted this good. Fresh flavors made just for you.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
And Berkman, Ryan Bevere back here at the University of Mount Union. Purple Raiders 30, Wheaton 7, AM 1310 WDPN. And we appreciate all of you listening on all of our WDPN social media platforms today. That kickoff is going to be returned from the 2 to the 5 to the 10 and down at the 15-yard line. Thunder will take over 1st and 10. On the return, Eli Reeves for Wheaton, and that's where the Thunder will go 1st and 10. 8:52 to go in the third quarter of play. As we mentioned, the Purple Raiders have scored in their 562nd consecutive game. The streak goes back to November 7th, 1981, when the Raiders were playing at Kenyon, and that's where the streak began. Of course, Ken Wable, head coach back in 1981 for the Purple Raiders. Here come the Thunder now. 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. Ritchie back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Fires it. Picked off by the Purple Raiders. Intercepted at the 25. Inside the 20. 15. Inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. Keenan Cruz, the linebacker out of Lutz, Florida. George Steinbrenner High School. And the Purple Raiders are in business. 1st down, deep in Thunder territory. Attaboy. Way to read the quarterback, Keenan Cruz. His first interception of the season. And Mount Union first and 10 at the Wheaton 15-yard line. So a turnover, and Mount Union is back in business. And they always celebrate those interceptions, and why not? You can hear a little eruption from the crowd on the Mount Union sideline after that INT for Keenan Cruz. All right, here come the Raiders. Now they can stick a fork in them right here. First and goal at the Wheaton 8-yard line. Maloney gives it off to Thomas, to the 5, to the 4. Thomas to the 3. Thomas to the 2. Thomas to the 1-yard line. Second down and goal, Sean Thomas. Purple Raiders today in the purple jerseys, white pants with the purple helmets with the script Raiders on the side. A little addition to the pants this year, striping on the sides. Looks good. Maloney gives it to Sean Thomas, broke a tackle. Sean Thomas somersaults to the goal line, but he's not in. Well, I'll tell you what. Both Thomas and the Wheaton defender, that was a big boy collision down there.
It's got to be to take him down. To take Sean Thomas down, it's got to be a big collision. He's been breaking tackles.
Joseph Bracey maybe got the short end of that. And they will make sure everybody's good to go here, and they'll restart the clock. So Mount Union third and goal at the Wheaton 1. 7:55, third quarter. Purple Raiders in front, 30-7. Looking to make some more on this trip into the end zone. Darnell Williams, the tailback. Mikey Maloney in the gun. Third and goal at the Wheaton 1-yard line. Mickey Turner in motion left, Turner in motion right. Fake, Maloney's going to keep it. Fires it, Turner, touchdown in the back of the end zone. Beautiful ball fake by Mikey Maloney. He fouled Mickey Turner for 6. Purple Raiders up 36-7. 7:35, third quarter.
And again, there's 5 yards in between the wide receiver and the defensive back for Mount Union.
My goodness. Just a thing of beauty when this offense is clicking, and it's only the first game. Merrick on for the PAT. Snap good, spot good, kick good. It was 7:35 to go in the third quarter. The Purple Raiders will strike up the band again. Mount Union 37, Wheaton 7. Welcome to Mount Union football, Ryan Bevere.
Yeah, the gas station across the street is about to get really busy.
Holy cow. Purple Raiders came out firing today. A couple of quick touchdowns, and they have not looked back. 37-7. How about the job by Mikey Maloney, the sophomore, getting his first start today? I'll tell you what, I've seen a lot of quarterbacks that can fake you out on play action. This young man might be one of the best.
I have not covered nearly as many Mount Union football games as you. However, I think that was the best first half out of a Mount Union quarterback that I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes, being here live in the flesh. That was a great performance in the first half, and he's still continuing it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Rafferty's kickoff at the 10. Wheaton returned 10, 15, 20. Stumbling. Oh, my Lord, at the 25-yard line. The hit was delivered. Jerry Merchant out of IMG Academy with the smackdown. Oh, we could feel that one up here.
Welcome to the Boom Boom Room, number 15.
Wow.
He's going to feel that one.
Tell you what, whatever the score ends up today, we don't know what it'll be. There's going to be some eyes open around the country today, because a lot of folks thought, a lot of people thought, a lot of really smart people thought this was going to be a much, much closer game than it is. And the Purple Raiders are up by 24 big ones with 7:15 to go in the third quarter. Sam Berkman, Ryan Bevere, good to be a part of your Saturday on AM 1310 WDPN.
If you fed the score to a casual Mount Union fan in week 1, they'd say, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But going up against the number 17 team in country is putting the nation on notice.
Yep, that's exactly what they're doing today. 2nd down and 8, Thunder. Pass out in the flat. Caught about the 32, 33-yard line. Caleb Titherington has been active today.
Putting the number 1 team on notice. They're 22 minutes away from Wheaton, like we talked about in the first half, and they're familiar.
Titherington in the first half caught 3 passes for 61 yards. He's got a couple catches here in the second half so far. Sun is starting to peek out through the clouds here a little bit at Mount Union, but mostly a cloudy afternoon now, but beautiful day for football, 68 degrees. Early September. Ritchie back to throw over the middle for Titherington, incomplete. And a great defensive play for the Purple Raiders. Connor Adelman again. He's been all over the field today, the former Louisville Leopard, Connor Adelman. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And you can see this offense now for Wheaton. They almost kind of look defeated as they come off the field after that 3rd down play that didn't go the way they wanted it to. So Josiah Smith back to punt it away for the Thunder. All right, Mason Ashby, here you go. Mason back at the 28-yard line to receive the punt. Now the wind is at the back for Thomas. Wheaton late getting a player on, but they've got a couple of seconds here before they snap it. And they, unbelievable, they didn't get the snap off. So that'll be a delay of game on Wheaton. And that'll make it 4th and 7. And they'll back it up to the 28-yard line. 6:09 to go, 3rd quarter. The Raiders are up by 30. I want to see what Mr. Ashby can do with a return here now if he gets an opportunity. Mason out of North Canton Hoover, his sophomore season. Outstanding athlete. Baseball, football, basketball. Mason back to return the punt now for the Purple Raiders. He's back at his 35-yard line, wearing number 80 on the back of that Purple Raider jersey. Smith with the boot. It's a boomer. It's a boomer. Mason got a call for the fair catch. It's not an easy catch to make either. All the way back at the Mount Union 20. That was a hammer job by Smith. Gets a couple high fives as he comes off the field for the Thunder. Purple Raiders 1st and 10 now at their own 20-yard line.
And if you're Wheaton, you're down 30 points, but you're also down 30 points to the number 2 team in the country. So you still have a quarter and a half to try to put something together. Let's not sugarcoat it, Sam. They're not going to win the game. But they could also build on the rest of the season, and this is the perfect test for them to do so. You can't hang your head. You got to go out there and play.
Yeah, you got to play. You got to try to win the series, win the play. Hand off to Darnell, 20, 25, 26, 27-yard line for Darnell. He picks up 7 more yards in the play. Well, a couple of Mount Union Purple Raider standouts are on the prestigious ballot for the College Football Hall of Fame again this year. Bill Borchert, class of 98, national champion, and running back Nate Kamick from the class of 09 are on this year's ballot. How both of them are not in already, I don't know. Here goes Turner on Darnell Williams on a little run around the right side, crosses the 30 to the 31, 1st down, Purple Raiders. Giovanni Kennedy, All-American offensive lineman for the Raiders, represented Mount on the 2025 All-State Good Works team. Giovanni Kennedy, one of the best linemen in the country, Division III. Having a good day today. Maloney gives it off to Darnell Williams, cuts it back across the 33, 34. Hold on to that ball, Darnell. And he cradles it, and he'll go down at the 34-yard line after a gain of 3. Under 5 minutes to go now, 3rd quarter. Purple Raiders 37, Wheaton 7. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Saturday afternoon. 1310 WDPN and all of our social media platforms, X, Facebook, the Q92 radio page on YouTube. You can follow all the games all season long right where you've got us right now. It'll be at Grove City next Saturday at 1:30. Purple Raiders. Maloney play action. Mikey looking. Mikey looking. He fires. Caught. First down, Raiders. Grant at the 49-yard line. Davion Grant out of Gulf Coast High School in Naples, Florida, 5'11", 170 pounds, with the catch and another Mount Union first down. And some of the folks have hit the trail today. A lot of the students have seen enough. Time to start enjoying their college year.
Maybe some freshmen hanging around.
Yeah, probably. They haven't quite figured how it works yet. There's Darnell over the left side. 48 to the 47, 46. Ball is loose. And the Raiders come out of there with the football. So nothing hurt there. So Steele and Darnell will come out. Anderson and Thomas back in on this particular play. 3.5 to go, third quarter. Mount Union 37-7. Raiders 2nd and 7 now at the Wheaton 45-yard line. Buckeyes and Grambling getting ready to go about 3:30 this afternoon. Down in Columbus. Pass out in the back. That's a live ball. You better jump on that. And Grant does, but it's a loss all the way back to the 47-yard line. That throw way behind the line of scrimmage. And Grant bobbled it, had the flop on it, and a loss in the play for the Raiders as we crack the 3-minute mark here, third quarter. Don't forget tonight on our sister station, Q92 Radio, high school football from Tom Benson Stadium on a Saturday night. Kent McKinley will host Cleveland Heights. That's at 7 o'clock tonight on Q92 Radio, 92.5 FM.
Looking forward to that one.
That's right. You got double duty today.
Oh, yeah.
Mikey Maloney back to throw, flags down. Maloney's going to tuck it and run. 50. Breaks a tackle at the 45, and again, there's a penalty flag down.
Mikey Maloney on the scramble.
That game kicks off at 7. I'll give you plenty of time to head over and do what you need to do.
Plenty of time.
Especially if that game would happen to maybe run over a little bit. The 3 o'clock game today, a couple of Pennsylvania high schools going at it. Big event over at the Tom Benson today. Glen Oak beat East Tech in the opener 50-6. And then the McKinley Cleveland Heights tonight around 7 or so.
I love spending a Saturday at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll have some decent crowds over there today. I'm not sure that any of the visiting teams are going to bring a whole lot of people, but hopefully Glen Oak folks showed up today, and McKinley will bring a nice crowd tonight. We'll see. It's going to be beautiful weather tonight in the 60s.
I would imagine Cleveland Heights brings a nice crowd.
You would hope.
Not often do you get to play in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Mikey Maloney and company now 3rd and 20. Mount Union back at their 42. Pass tipped up in the air, hits the turf, incomplete. So the Raiders will bring in the punt team with 2:06 to go, up by 30. McKinley looking for their second win of the season. Kent McKinley under first-year coach Renzi Parnell, former defensive coordinator to Archbishop Hoban. Cleveland Heights doesn't appear to be one of their stronger teams. Now, they've been pretty good the last couple of years. They had an incredible tailback. His name is escaping me right now. But he has moved on to big-time D1 college football. But the McKinley and Heights tonight. Tom Benson, there's a flag on the play. Punt, a knuckleball, and that will bounce at the 30. Raiders will down it at the 32, but again, a penalty flag. We've had a little bit of laundry here today. Pretty much evenly split between both teams.
Is it Marquise Davis that you're thinking of?
Marquise Davis. Where are you going to college?
Missouri.
Whew. That kid. They got a big one today. The border war, Missouri and Kansas college football. He was an absolute stud. You know, Cleveland Heights had a path to the championship, and they blew like a 35-point lead in their regional championship game the year that Davis just went crazy. And I still can't, and I forget who they blew the game to. I don't know if it was one of the Cleveland parochial schools. I can't remember, but they had a lead they should have never have lost, and they ended up losing. And that was one of the best runs in the history of Cleveland Heights Tiger High School football. But I'm still trying to figure out how they did not close that game out. Back to throw for Cucci. He steps up. He's going to be drilled at the 30-yard line. There's a sack, first one of the day for the Purple Raider defensive end, number 15. Parker Logan, the Bandit, 6'3", 210 out of Columbus Academy. I want to say it was Ignatius.
It was Ignatius. I just looked.
Yes. And I know Cleveland Heights. I believe they had a 30-point-plus lead.
42-14 at half.
Oh. And they lost the Wildcats come back and win.
They lost 50-49.
Unbelievable game. Bercucci hands it to his tailback, running across the 33 out to the 34-yard line. That's Malachi Jones, the young man out of the First Academy down in Orlando, Florida, 5'8", about 200 pounds. Under a minute to go here in the third, 37-7, Mount Union. Sam Berkman and Ryan Bevere with you on 1310 WDPN. I'm surprised I haven't butchered your name up today yet, because I work with like 4 Ryans during the week.
Well, it's, I don't know how my name gets butchered so much.
It's just because there's so many Ryans.
That makes sense. At the station, it makes sense. But in the grand scheme of life, I've been called the most absurd things.
Trips to the left, 3rd down and 12. Back to throw. Bercucci throws it, safety valve. Caught, 40, 45. First down at the 50-yard line. Nice little run after the catch for Malachi Jones. And a first down for the Wheaton Thunder. Tell you what, the Thunder fans haven't given up. They're still here hooting and hollering deep into this third quarter in a 37-7 game.
Could have shaved an hour off the drive already.
That's going to do it. Third quarter is in the books here at the University of Mount Union. And your score, the Purple Raiders 37 and the Wheaton Thunder 7. We'll come back to Cara Stadium. After this, you're listening to Purple Raider football on AM 1310 WDPN.
When man's best friend chases the family cat through the window screen, you need a rapid repair from Bonfort Glass. In warmer weather, accidents can happen. When a hole in your window or door screen is keeping you from enjoying the fresh air, take that torn screen to Bonfort's for a speedy, expert repair. You think of Bonfort's for glass repair, but don't forget, they can take care of just about any problem you may have with a window or door, including screens. If your screens are old, worn, corroded, or torn, bring them into Bonfort Glass and Alliance. Replace those shabby old screens with new aluminum or fiberglass ones that will wear better and last longer. Bonfort's experts give you the quality you can depend on and service that's unsurpassed. So even if your best pal chased the cat through the window screen, just take it to Bonfort's for a rapid repair. For all your glass and window needs, rely on Bonfort Glass, 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
And we're back here on 1310 WDPN. Bercucci back to throw, got a man open, caught and drilled at the 30-yard line, but a first down for Wheaton on a gain of 19 yards. Jerry Cooper on the tackle, first down Thunder. Welcome back, Sam Berkman, Ryan Bevere, WDPN, as we start in the fourth quarter. Mount Union 37 and Wheaton 7 is Martin Bercucci. Still fired him out there for the Wheaton Thunder. College football update. Texas Tech 62, Kent State 14. About 7 minutes to go. Bercucci's going to keep it on a little option dive, and he'll be wrestled down at the 28-yard line. Kent State 34 zip over Florida International with about a minute to go. Florida State just keeps on scoring. 76-3, Seminoles. 77-3 now with 2 minutes to go. SMU has opened it up on Baylor. The Ponies 38, the Bears 24, 8 minutes to go. Indiana up big. Illinois leads Duke 31-19 with 12 minutes to go. Iowa State still 13-13, 6 minutes to go in Ames. Cyclones are on the move. Thank you, sir. Bercucci back to throw, whistles it down the right side. That's got to be interference. Nope, no interference. All right. Pretty good defensive coverage down there for the Purple Raiders.
I thought
Coast
it was.
to T on the coverage. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
I thought it was great defense. He didn't use his hand.
That's true.
Had his hands up.
Never touched him. He just had his back to the ball, but he never touched the wide receiver.
That's perfect defense by the defensive back right there. Who was
Texas.
that, number 3?
Yep, that's Coast to T.
Yeah, Coast to T.
Texas leads San Jose State 38-7. Arch Manning having a big day for the Longhorns, and he did not have a big day a week ago against Ohio State. 3rd down and 8 for Virginia Tech for Wheaton. Bercucci back to throw, pressures on, zips it, caught the 25 to the 22. Did he get enough for the 1st down? No, just short by a nose. I tell you what, I like this quarterback for Wheaton. 6 feet, about 185. He's been getting hit all day. He stands tall in the pocket. I like the way he plays. You can tell he's a leader. All right, Thunder got to go here, obviously. 4th and 1 at the Mount Union 22-yard line. Twins left, H-back right, running back right. Handoff, Weston Arthur makes the tackle, but enough for the 1st down as the Thunder will move the sticks 1st and 10 at the Purple Raider 20-yard line. That's not Jones. That's Matt Kreider on the running play for the Thunder, and Wheaton picks up a 1st down.
Ben Juska, the tight end for Wheaton, put an incredible block on a Mount Union defensive end right there to open up that hole to 1st down for Wheaton. And that's what they got to be trying to do. They, like you said earlier in the 3rd quarter, just win every play, win every series.
3 wide, play action to Kreider, pump fake for Cucci's in trouble. Down he goes at the 26-yard line. Well, that's a sackaroo. Julian Scholes, number 95, Julian Solis, out of Menor, 6 feet, 250 pounds. The freshman getting some PT today for the Purple Raiders. Julian wearing number 95 on that Purple Raider jersey. Under 12 to go in the game now. 37-7 Mount Union with a 30-point lead over the number 17 ranked Wheaton Thunder here at Alliance today. Thunder again up to the line, ready to go. Bercucci's just going to fake it and keep it and run it himself, and he'll slide down at the Mount Union 22-yard line. And some post-whistle shenanigans as the officials have to step in, and everybody heads back to their huddle with 11:35 left. 30-point Mount Union lead here at home. Purple Raiders will get on the bus, head to Grove City, Pennsylvania next Saturday afternoon. Kickoff at 1 p.m. right here on AM 1310 WDPN. Ryan Bevere and myself will be in Grove City, PA a week from today. Wonder what their stadium's like. I've never been there.
Wonder what their food's like. Wonder what the food options are like up there.
Bercucci back to throw, steps up in the pocket. He's in trouble, being chased. He's at the 20, he's at the 15, he's at the 10, he's at the 5. Bercucci into the end zone. Touchdown, Wheaton Thunder. How about that 21-yard scramble by the quarterback for the Thunder? 10:57 to go in the game. It's now 37-13 Purple Raiders.
He's really got some acceleration to him.
Sure does. That was a nice run. Got to give credit where credit is due, and he found his way into the end zone for the Thunder score with 10:57 left.
I was waiting for him to get brought down, but he just went into another gear and split the defenders, bounced to the outside, snuck the ball right inside the pylon.
So Wheaton with the PAT, the little muddle huddle here. Now they'll get back in the regular PAT formation. Mateo Jesh out of Fishers, Indiana with the extra point. Up, and it's good. So we'll keep it here with 10:57 left to go in the game. Mount Union 37 and Wheaton 14. Buckeyes and Grambling at 3:30 today. How about our baseball team to the north? Still scratching and clawing. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're only 2.5 out of the third wild card spot. The Guardians and Rays tonight down in Tampa at 7:05.
Well, that's what 500 baseball teams
doing
do.
it?
That's what 500 baseball teams do, Sam. You go on these nice winning streaks, and then you lose some, and then the gap. I'm telling you, they'll finish with I think they'll finish about 5 games.
Probably, yeah.
That's what they're playing like 500 baseball.
Tanner Bybee on the mound tonight for Cleveland at 7 o'clock. That's game 2 of a 4-game series against the Rays. College football tonight, the big one is Michigan at Oklahoma. Interesting game there.
Without saying it, go blue.
What do you think of their quarterback? I mean, they
like
gave him a lot of money.
I like him a lot.
You like Bryce
I
Underwood?
think he's a big kid. What is he, 6'4"?
Big kid.
200 whatever pounds. Yep. He's got a rocket of an arm. He's fast. Yeah, I like Michigan tonight. I really do.
Game is in Norman, Oklahoma, so the folks will be ready there. There's the kickoff. That will scoot. Did it go out of bounds or did it go over the pylon? It went out of bounds. So Mount will get it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. See what else is going on today. Here comes Baylor now. And they got the ball back again. Boy, wow. 38-31 SMU. 5 minutes to go, and the Bears have the ball back. Indiana up big. Illinois up big in the Big Ten. Iowa State, Iowa still 13-13 with a minute 50 to go. See if the Cyclones can pull that one out. Temple, Texas A&M all winning big today. How about last night in Sao Paulo, Brazil? The Chargers beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, they did.
Thursday night, Eagles over the Cowboys. Pass over the middle, a slant pattern, incomplete for the wide receiver, Jace Ellis out of Cleveland Benedictine High School. So the Raiders got a couple of fresh faces in there now with a 37-14 lead with a 10:53 left to go in the game.
Justin Herbert's trying to enter that AFC quarterback conversation with Lamar and Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow.
I think he can get there, but that's a tough group to crack still.
Looked great last night.
He did.
He looked great.
And Mason Ashby, the wide receiver in motion, they're going to give it on a handoff around the left side. 30, 35, 40, 45, and maybe a first down. Yep, that's a horse collar tackle. That'll be another 15 yards added on to the run, and that'll be a first down. It is Caden Minner out of New Madrid, Missouri. Only 5'8", 170 pounds. But Caden Minner ripped off a run to the 45, and he's going to get another 15 tacked on to it, I think. Because that was definitely a horse collar tackle. Or was it a face mask? Let's find out from our referee.
So to me, Sam,
they picked up the flag.
To me, Sam, it looked like he grabbed him around like this. I know we're on radio, like this doesn't really. How do I describe like this?
Grabbed him around the shoulder, under the neck, under the chin strap area.
I think it was a legal tackle. I don't think he grabbed any part of the jersey from the backside. I'm waiting for a replay up here on our monitor to see.
Not gonna get it.
My initial thought was that was a clean tackle.
So the Purple Raiders now 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Trips to the right. Mason Ashby is your slot receiver. And we got ourselves a new quarterback in there, I think. Can't tell by the angle here. Yes, that is a new quarterback for the Purple Raiders. That is Chase Copper, a 6'2 junior out of Orlando, Florida, Oliveto High School. Chase Copper wearing number 11 for the Purple Raiders today. I was looking at the other quarterbacks on the roster. Mason Caston, he's a freshman. You got Carson Dirtle, he's a freshman out of North Canton Hoover. Chase Copper. And, of course, you got the starter, Mikey Maloney, who had a fantastic day today. There's a handoff inside the 49 down to the 47 for Minner. And that'll leave the Purple Raiders with a, let's see here. They're going to need about 2 on this play. 9:44 left to go in the ball game. Purple Raiders up 37-14. Stick around after today's game. We'll have our post-game show on AM 1310 WDPN. stats analysis. Do we have highlights for the first half, or I wasn't in the?
We do.
Did you play highlights?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I did not know. Good. We'll play a couple highlights in the second half and get you ready for Grove City next Saturday at 1:30 here on WDPN.
That's right, baby. Sam and I are going shopping.
What is it with the shopping? Wouldn't you rather go somewhere where they have these machines that make noise and wouldn't you rather do that?
Listen, the Rivers isn't far from Grove City. Rivers. No, but Grove City, they've got that.
They got the outlets, right?
The outlet mall, yeah, the outdoor outlets.
Well,
I'm not a big shopping guy, but I am a big saving money guy. Christmas around the corner.
Oh, don't say that already. Christmas trees are all over the stores already. They've been out for a couple of weeks, actually.
Mariah Carey's singing already.
We went out Halloween shopping a couple of weeks ago to get some stuff for the yard. And
you did not.
Oh, yeah.
It's out? Did you decorate already?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
But we're in the early phases.
September 6th.
Yeah, but Christmas trees are out already.
That's Christmas. Christmas is different. Christmas is night and day, head and shoulders to Halloween. Halloween's one day out of the year. You know what really drives me crazy?
I don't know.
You know what really drives me crazy is whenever I pull up to Thanksgiving and pumpkins are still on the porch at my family's house.
You don't like that?
No, I don't.
I'm going to tell you, there's people that have already had their stuff out decorated for Halloween now.
Yeah, shout out to one.
And it looks good.
Shout out to my good buddy Nathan McLaughlin. He's got his decorations out since I think the 2nd.
Nice. I like it. You're noticing Halloween decorations now are coming up earlier and earlier every year. By the way, timeout called and Mike Franklin into punt of the way. How about that skyrocket punt? Fair catch at the 7-yard line. 8:15 to go in the game, 37-14 Mount Union. We went and bought a 15-foot worry crow a couple of weeks ago. It's a big scarecrow, animatronic.
I don't mind that. I think that's pretty cool.
You need to come over.
You know what I saw?
You need to come over and check out our display.
I saw, those skeletons?
Yeah.
I saw a skeleton display in someone's yard this week that was doing the OHIO.
Okay.
That was pretty cool.
Not the DUKE, the OHIO?
No, you don't. I think my family has to be the only Duke fans in Northeast Ohio. I don't find many of them.
First down and 10 for Wheaton at their own 8-yard line. The Purple Raiders are up big. Murcucci throws, pass caught across the 20 and down at the 20-yard line. Good reception by Caleb Titherington. Stop for the Purple Raiders. Jerry Cooper was over there, and he got some help from Costa T.
Are you a pumpkin spice guy?
No, I'm not. I tried.
I didn't think I was either, but
I mean, if I had to, but it's not like the first choice. That's right around the corner.
My wife fooled me the other day.
Yeah.
I thought it was caramel. It was pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice. Here come the Thunder now. Big fullback bruising his way out to the 33-yard line. Purple Raiders trying to wrestle the ball out of there at the very end. The tight end, Ben Juska, with the carry and a first down for the Thunder. 7:20 to go in the game. Clock runs. Purple Raiders up 37-14.
It's the same tight end that laid that block out on the 4th down on the last possession.
Now, if you know Mount Union, you know this. You know how they do things here. They do not want to let Wheaton go into the end zone here. That's 14, and that's it for the day.
I don't even think they wanted 14.
Pass caught out in the flat, 30, 35, 37, 40 out to the 43-yard line. Seth Kortenhoven with the reception and a first down. And I'm telling you, the Mount Union coaches now are getting after these kids on defense. Even though there has been some substitute, not many, there's been a few. But they don't want to see any more points on the board, and they don't want to see any more big chunk plays. You can say, well, my gosh, it's 37-14. No, that's why you're Mount Union. That's how it is.
It's also an opportunity for the guys who have been substituted in because they're still going up against the ones for Wheaton.
Thunder right on the 41-yard line. 2nd and 1. Going right to left. Play action. Cartucci throws incomplete. Nice defensive play over there again by Costa T.
Yeah, if you're Mount Union, the way you want to win the game is defensive stop and then victory formation.
And I'm going to give it a shot. Costa Thrashiavulu. I think I got that right. Our defensive back, 5'9", 155. Costa Thrashiavulu.
I think that's right.
But we're going to go with Costa T. 3rd down and 1 for the Thunder at their own 41-yard line. Going right to left. Purple Raiders up 37-14. Handoff left side. Not going to get there. Nice defensive play for the Purple Raiders. Gabe Ganelli, the sophomore out of Allison Park, Pennsylvania. And the Thunder now are faced with a 4th and 3 at their own 39-yard line as we crack the 6-minute mark in this ball game. Purple Raiders on top, 37-14. Sam Berkman, Ryan Bevere with you. Thanks for hanging out with us on 1310 WDPN. The first game of the season for Mount Union. First game for Wheaton, and it's been all purple today. 37-14. Here we go. 4th and 3 for the Thunder. Twins left, slot right. Forcucci going to go back to throw. He lobs it out there in the flat. Caught. Big gain for the Thunder all the way down to the 31-yard line. Good catch and run again. Malachi Jones with the catch of the first down out of First Academy High School. And the Thunder are on the move with 5:20 left to go in the game. Purple Raiders quick substitution here now as they just brought in Corey Gibson, the Bandit, out of Barberton High School, wearing number 42. Little split back formation, little I formation, if you will. Handoff over the right guard, right tackle, 30, 25, 24, 23, 22-yard line. So a big chunk there for Trent Gabriel, who has not had a lot of attempts today. We have an official timeout. And an injured. Nope. He's up and okay. 4:46 to go in the ball game. Again, post-game show coming up at the conclusion of today's game. Still can't get used to these 1 o'clock kickoffs. We got one more next week. Then we'll go back to our traditional 1:30 start times the rest of the way.
It is 2nd and 1 at the Mount Union.
Mostly cloudy skies. Just a little hint of sunshine here. Still 67 and 68 degrees. A little bit of a wind still going. False start Wheaton. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, stopping the clock with 4:38 to go. We'll be in Grove City next Saturday, 1 o'clock. See what Grove City brings to the table. To check and see how they're doing today in their opener. Get you some college football scores here. SMU over Baylor, 38-31 with about 2 minutes to go. Got some final scores that have started to pour in. Texas Tech beat Kent State today, 62-14. Back to throw. Pass caught inside the 20, down to the 19 for Malachi Jones. Kent State wins big. Florida State wins big today. Indiana big. Pittsburgh big. Iowa State, congratulations to the Fighting Matt Campbells. Cyclones beat the Hawkeyes today, 16-13, and they get the Cy-Hawk Trophy for 2025.
That's 3 out of 4.
Yes, that's a great series. And the road team usually dominates, but not today. The home team won. Forcucci back to throw deep, left corner end zone, touchdown. What a grab. That's a big-time play there by Seth Kortenhoven. Hauls it in the deep left corner of the end zone, and the Thunder back on the board again. 3:47 left to go. Purple Raiders 37 and Wheaton 20.
Well,
how about that?
That scoreboard is a lot more respectable, and actually, I mean, Wheaton's got to feel like they've got hope.
Well,
I know 347. The defense has played good in the second half.
Get the extra point here. It's a 16-point game, so it's still 2 possessions, and obviously you'll go for the onside kick. But Thunder have just kept playing here today. It's snap, spot, kick is up, kick is good. That'll make it 37-21. Purple Raiders with 3:47 to go. And Wheaton also, Ryan, they have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, so they'll play this one out to the end. High school football today, Glen Oak Cleveland East Tech 50-6 over at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Tonight, if you need some high school football, 7 o'clock kick, Q92, 92.5 FM. Kent McKinley takes on Cleveland Heights. Clint and Brian and Ryan will be with you tonight on Q92 Radio. So we will see the onside kick here for the Wheaton Thunder. There's the kick. Takes a little hop, loose on the ground, and I think the Wheaton Thunder have recovered it. It's still loose. Now Mount says they have it. Now Wheaton says they have it. Let's wait for the official to get everybody out of that stack. Now we get some good old-fashioned scrum going on down there, and the officials are going to get together. Wheaton came out of there with the football, but did they do it after the officials had kind of blown everything dead? It's Wheaton ball with 3:45 left, and the Thunder's offense is coming right back out onto the field with still a chance, down 16. How about this onside kick? What happened here? I mean, that was a perfect onside kick.
It bounced off of Mount Union, and it goes right into Wheaton. It looks like it might have even come out again. Mount had it again. It's 27.
Let's see this angle here. Boy.
And at the end, the official looked like he got caught up in a little skirmish. Man, Sam.
That was Davis Nye for Mount out of Wadsworth that just couldn't hold on to that kick. Pass incomplete. Penalty flags, interference on Mount Union. That'll be a first down. Holy smokes, what are we doing here now? 3:42 left. It's a 16-point game, and the Wheaton Thunder are saying, hey, we are not done yet here this afternoon.
You might have to remove me from the campus. I might never be able to return.
Well, I'm hoping things do not go south here. We will escort you to the city limits,
I can't
my friend.
really be the Mount Union jinx. I can't be. But after the Naval Academy and Indiana and
yeah, we might have second thoughts about next Saturday with you. We'll see. Thunder back to throw it again for Cucci. Steps, fires, caught inside the 30. That's another first down for the Thunder down at the Mount Union 29-yard line. Reception by Whit Jewett, and here come the Wheaton Thunder. It's a two-score game, 37-21, but now Mount's defense has just been on their heels the last couple of drives by this Thunder offense, and Forcucci just keeps slinging them.
it's the defense has spent a lot of time on the field.
And I'll tell you what, Jeff Dart says, let's call timeout. Let's regroup here a little bit. Again, it's still a 16-point game, but still 3:15 to go, and the way Wheaton has been throwing the ball, this game is far from over here at Terrace Stadium at the campus of the University of Mount Union.
That's why you play bell to bell.
That's right.
Because, I mean, let's say Wheaton comes up short. They sparked a lot here in the second half that makes them go back to Illinois with a lot of confidence moving forward.
No doubt about it.
But yeah, Mount Union, they've got to strap on the helmets and they got to get their guys back in there. This was just a 30-point game.
I know. Like in the blink of an eye, and now it's 6-16. Mount Union ranked number 2 in the country. Wheaton number 17 in the country. A little more cloud cover now here over the stadium. Wind picking up just a little bit. 37-21 Purple Raiders, but all of a sudden now a little angst in the crowd here at Karas Stadium. Thunder, 1st and 10 of the Mount Union 30-yard line. Bercucci in the shotgun. 4 wides, he'll go back to throw it. Deep right side, inside the 5, and knocked away at the goal line, incomplete. Boy, that had a couple of folks with their hearts in their throat when that ball went up in the air. Pretty good pass coverage back there by the Purple Raiders. Ricky Levac out of Nordonia, CBCA, 2nd down and 10 for the Thunder. This game's not over. 3:09 left, 16-point Purple Raider lead. But again, Wheaton not quitting this afternoon. Bercucci's he's going to be throwing about 50 passes by this time this game is over. He'll go back and throw it again. Deep left side. Got a man. Caught inside the 15 to the 14. 1st down, Thunder.
They are cutting up the defense, making it look easy.
So we didn't have much drama here this afternoon until the last 15 minutes. And now it's getting a little dicey with 2:45 left. Raiders up by 16, but the Thunder are on the move. Bercucci back to throw. Left side, end zone, touchdown. Holy cow. Seth Kortenhoven with another touchdown reception for the Wheaton Thunder.
All right, Mountain Union needs to settle down here. They need to get a stop on the 2-point conversion, and everyone can breathe.
2:40 left to go. Mount Union 37, Wheaton 27. One of the Wheaton coaches just screaming and hollering about 10 yards onto the field. He wanted a reset on the clock. He'll get it. I'm going to tell you what. You want to hear a pin drop in this place? Wheaton recovers another onside kick. This was a blowout. They're going to go for 2.
They have to.
For Bercucci, that's true. Now, what do we got? Timeout? There's a flag down at the 3-yard line. It's a false start on Wheaton. You know what, though? I may be the only one in the stadium that thinks that's good for Wheaton, but it gives you an extra 5 yards of real estate to throw the ball down here now.
It's not terrible.
You know what I mean?
Maybe they did it on purpose.
I mean, I
not normally a strategy you see, but yeah, that could be it. Because I agree.
Because you got 22 guys jammed up in there between.
They're not running.
The 2 and the back end of the end zone. Now you got a little bit more room to operate. Raiders need a stop on this Wheaton 2-point conversion. It's a 10-point game. 2:40 left to go. Motion to the right for Bercucci to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Got a man. 2-point conversion is good. It's the tight end, Ben Juska. And with 2:40 left to go in the game, it's a game. Mount Union 37 and Wheaton 29.
And that was that was a perfect ball placement in the end zone and a nice catch by the tight end. He's having a great second half.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. This thing has turned quickly. And now a lot of the folks that left are trying to come back in, and some folks that just went down the aisle from their seat are going back up to their seats. This is unbelievable.
I mean,
Wheaton has absolutely unbelievable.
Wheaton still has all 3 timeouts. They don't really have to. They will. They should try the onside kick, but they don't necessarily have to with the 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts. And for now,
you know what? With 2:40 to go and 3 timeouts, I'm kicking it deep. I am.
They may. They have the option. How many times has Mountain Union ever brought in their backup quarterback only to have to put him on the bench to bring in the starter? Because they're going to have to see Mikey Maloney again.
Here we go. The Thunder only down by 8. Here's the approach. It looks like they're going to kick it deep, and they will. High. Darnell at the 10. It's a fair catch. Oh, my goodness. If you'd have told me an hour ago we'd be sitting here with 2:40 left and it'd be an 8-point game, I would have never believed you. But that's exactly where we are. 37-29, Mount Union. Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their 25. They lead by 8. And again, Wheaton has all 3 timeouts remaining.
For a little bit in the third quarter, it felt like, and even in the fourth, it felt like we were just up here doing our own radio show.
Well, it was that time.
We were shopping. We were pumpkin spice. We were Halloween decorating.
Now we're zeroed in. Here comes the Wheaton crowd, and hopefully the Purple Raider offense. Inside handoff. Darnell across the 26 to the 27 to the 28. Timeout Wheaton Thunder. That's their first. Still 2:34 left to go in the game. Timeout Wheaton Thunder.
I think that's one of those plays where both teams are happy with that result. We hear Wheaton was cheering because they stopped them, but Mount's cheering because they gained 4 yards, and you just got to keep pounding that rock. But can you? You might have to throw it here with still technically 3 timeouts.
That's right. You got
Wheaton,
the 2-minute timeout plus the 2 minute, the two timeouts for Wheaton and the 2-minute timeout taken for college football. So here's where we are, folks. 2:34 left to go in the game. 37-29, Purple Raiders. What was their biggest lead today? Was it 37-7?
Yes.
It's now 37-29.
That was a half an hour ago. That was not long ago, Sam.
I know. I can't believe what we're watching right now.
They started the game with a screen pass to the right side. I'd run that right here.
Here we go. Purple Raiders, 2nd and 7 at their own 29-yard line. Motion left, motion right for Steele. Mikey Maloney's going to go back and throw it. He fires it. Got a man! Caught! Nicky Turner! Big boy catch. First down Raiders at the Wheaton 48-yard line, and we can all breathe a little sigh of relief.
We'll check the replay right here, but I think he might have even bobbled it.
Whew.
Had to come down with it again. Bobbled it a little bit on his way down and was able to corral it and hang on to it. That's a great catch.
And how about the call? How about the call right there as the final seconds are going to tick down to the official 2-minute timeout. So let's take a quick break. 2 minutes left to go in the game. Not over yet. Mount Union 37, Wheaton 29, back with more on 1310.
Do you or a loved one suffer with back pain? Most chronic back problems are caused by compression from the disc being thinner and thinner as we get older. At the Disc Center of Alliance, also known as Family Health Physical Medicine, all we have to do is put the patient on the table and decompress the spine. These treatments are so gentle, patients usually fall asleep. They don't have to go through the shots, surgeries, all the physical therapy, or painful and invasive procedures or drugs. If you have an MRI scan, we can look at it and tell you if we can help you or not. Seeing us can change your life. Give us a call, 330-821-4455.
Back in. All right, I guess we're back. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. 37-29, Mount Union over to Wheaton. Sam Berkwin, Ryan Bevere, 1310 WDPN. Shout out to all of you listening in today on all of our social media platforms. You can listen to us every game all season long on 1310, on X, on Facebook, and the Q92 radio page on YouTube. Here we go. 1st and 10 Raiders at the Wheaton 48. It's an 8-point Mount lead. The Thunder still have 2 miles remaining. Nicky Turner goes in motion, circles back. It's a handoff over the left side for Darnell Williams, who got hammered at the Wheaton Thunder 46-yard line. Timeout Thunder. They have 1 left and 1:53 remaining in the game.
Got to be careful if you're Mount Union. You don't want to pick up any penalties, especially after the whistle.
And hold on to the ball. Cherish the rock, as they say.
Waiting down to 1 timeout, so they can stop it one more time after this. So let's do the math on it.
Well,
yeah, Mount Union needs a first down.
They absolutely need a first down. You are correct.
Or Wheaton's going to have maybe 50 seconds to go out and try something if they can stop Mount Union. But it's a big third down, or big second down right here.
So here come the Purple Raiders. Mikey Maloney. And the Purple Raiders, a 2nd down and 8 at the Wheaton 46-yard line. Mount leads it by 8 with 1:53 to go. Little handoff coming around the right side. Nikki Turner, 45. Turner got away at the 42. Turner taken down at the 42. They're trying to rip that ball out of there. Turner won't let him do it. Little jawed, little woofing. The clock is stopped as the Wheaton Thunder, did they or did they not call their timeout? Why did they stop the clock? Okay, they did get the timeout, Wheaton did, with a minute 44 to go, so the plot thickens here in Alliance. Purple Raiders on top, 37-29, a minute 44 to go. When we come out of the timeout, Purple Raiders will have a 3rd and 4 at the Wheaton 42, and that is the Thunder's 3rd and final timeout. Mount Union has 2 cracks at it to get 4 yards to put this baby away. But it won't be easy.
Wheaton just caught a break. I couldn't catch the number. I think it was 55 or maybe it was 54. Someone after that play kicked the football about 15 yards down the field after the dead ball was already called for. So that might have warranted a penalty. Not sure. I don't think you can kick the ball when it's dead.
So here we go. Purple Raiders need a first down in the worst way. They got 2 cracks at it, 3rd and 4 at their 42-yard line. Mount leads it by 8 with a $1:44 left to go. Grant in motion. Fake to Grant. Pass. Flat. Caught. Mount Union. First down, Raiders. Inside the 30. Oh, the ball is loose. Oh, no. Ball is loose at the 32-yard line. Did the Purple Raiders recover the fumble?
I believe they have it,
They
Sam.
did. Oh, my goodness gracious.
You got to go down after you get the first.
Pass was caught by the tight end, the senior, Matt Anderson, who was struggling for extra yardage. He got it at the 33. The ball came out. Big pile.
Yeah,
Mount Union fell on it, and that should do it. A minute 29 to go. 1st and 10, Purple Raiders, and the Thunder are out of timeouts. Whew, man. Alive.
As a senior tight end, he's got to know that as soon as you pick up that first down, you're going down. He was, you're right, fighting for more yardage. The game's over at that point. But a sigh of relief, Sam.
Telling you.
I thought I was going to get the can after this game.
That was a very heart palpitating last couple of minutes. Under a minute to go now. Under a minute to go. Purple Raiders up by 8. They'll have to snap it maybe one more time, and that will be it. But, oh, boy, did this thing get a little dicey here in late in the 4th quarter in Alliance. But it's one of the win column, and the Purple Raiders will move on to Grove City next Saturday afternoon.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
30 seconds left to go. Mikey Maloney takes a knee, and that will do it. What a college football game. What a way to open up the season for the Purple Raiders and the Thunder here on AM 1310 WDPN. Quite the ending here this afternoon at Cara Stadium in Alliance. Your final score, the University of Mount Union 37 and the Wheaton Thunder 29. Everybody will catch our breath. We'll come back with the postgame right here on AM 1310 WDPN.
Hey, Joe. Good to see you. What brings you out today?
What's up, Sam? Need to pick up a few tools. You?
I need new faucets and a vanity, maybe even a whole new bathroom. But I can't get any help or find what I need in this place.
Yeah, Sam. These big hardware stores are great for tools and appliances, but not for kitchens and bathrooms. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard Plumbing Registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath this Thursday evening until 7 at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park. Robertson Kitchen and Bath, where amazing meets affordable.
When man's best friend chases the family cat through the window screen, you need a rapid repair from Bonfort Glass. In warmer weather, accidents can happen. When a hole in your window or door screen is keeping you from enjoying the fresh air, take that torn screen to Bonfort's for a speedy, expert repair. You think of Bonfort's for glass repair, but don't forget, they can take care of just about any problem you may have with a window or door, including screens. If your screens are old, worn, corroded, or torn, bring them into Bonfort Glass in Alliance. Replace those shabby old screens with new aluminum or fiberglass ones that will wear better and last longer. Bonford's experts give you the quality you can depend on and service that's unsurpassed. So even if your best pal chased the cat through the window screen, just take it to Bonford's for a rapid repair. For all your glass and window needs, rely on Bonford Glass, 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
All right, we're back here at Cara Stadium on the campus of the University of Mount Union. My goodness gracious me, oh my. Mount Union had a 30-point lead. Final score, Mount Union 37, Wheaton 29. The Raiders going to 1-0. The Thunder dropped to 0-1. Mr. Ryan, your initial reactions after almost 3 hours of exhilarating football here today.
Phew.
Right?
I mean, wow, that was 37-7. We saw the backup QB, the junior backup QB in the game, and within 30 minutes of real time, we had to pull back Mikey Maloney back onto the field. But I think he played outstanding. He's got to be the player of the game, and I just think with the 4 touchdowns that he put up in the first half, I said this in the third quarter, but I think that was the best live in-person display that I've ever seen from a Mount Union quarterback in one half of football. He was really amazing out there. And like you said, you got to wait your time in life for your opportunity, and finally it comes in a way to make good for it. But obviously, if you're Mount Union, you have to celebrate the win as you celebrate every win, but this one's got to feel a little different. I feel like Wheaton's going back to the locker room with more momentum than Mount Union is, and that doesn't sound right when the scoreboard says 37-29 Mount.
Yeah, that's a great point. They're going to take a lot of confidence back to Wheaton. Purple Raiders will go back to the drawing board. They scored 37. I thought their offense was clicking. They kind of bogged down a little bit in the second half, and the defense kind of on their heels a little bit. Wheaton got the passing game going. Wheaton's going to win a lot of games. They're going to win a lot of games. Mount's going to win a lot of games. Hey, we may see them again down the road. Who knows?
And
but that was about 4 or 5 games into one here today.
Yeah,
right?
It really was. And you said it. We might see them down the road. So that's very important for Wheaton to be able to come out and show Mount, look, we can play with you guys. Because now if we match up with them in November, do we feel the same way that we did at halftime? I don't think so. But that also could be a good thing for Mount Union. The cards have been shown.
Yeah.
Instead of being surprised, they could have blown them out 37-7, and we go into the playoffs and happen to face Wheaton, and you might have a different result then. But at least the cards are shown, and at least there's some film to be put on for Wheaton if you have to play them down the road.
Yeah. That's, again, a long way to go yet. This was the first game of the year, but you never know how things will turn as we go through September, October, November, December. There's a lot in front of us here, but this was quite the ball game. This was quite the start to the season. Purple Raiders win it by the score of 37-29. We're waiting on our final stats. We'll get those. We'll have some highlights, and we'll come back with more postgame here on AM 1310 WDPN. Stay with us. With more postgame here on the home of the Purple Raiders, AM 1310 WDPN. All right, still here. 37-29 is your score. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's try this again. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll play the mountain highlights. We're still waiting on the stats. We'll take care of those, and we'll wrap things up here from Alliance. Purple Raiders 37, Wheaton 29. Back after the break on 1310.
Get scores from around the area and find your local sports news. It's all just a click away at Q92Radiosports.com.
Hey everyone, it's Rex Combs, Rex in the Morning on AM 1310, inviting you to tune in Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. for unforgettable favorites, music news, and more. With myself, Clint Marshall on News and Sports, and Mark Johnson from News 5 giving us the weather forecast. Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 a.m., Rex in the Morning, it's all about the music right here on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
All right, back at 37-29. Purple Raiders with the win. They go to 1-0. Thunder dropped to 0-1. Mountain had a 30-point lead. 30-point lead in the fourth quarter. Wheaton scored once, twice, 3 times. They got 2 two-point conversions. And things got a little uneasy. But Mountain gets out of here with the win. 37-29. Holy cow. All right. I'm going to just do a couple of really quick stats. Ryan Rainsberg and Ryan Bevere can handle the highlight package here, and then we'll get out of here. First downs today, 23. They had more first downs. 23 for Wheaton, 21 for Mount Union. Total offensive plays and yards. Each team ran 64 plays today. Mountain had 462 yards. Wheaton had 383. We had 6 penalties on Wheaton for 31. Mountain had 7 penalties today for 50. Third down conversions, Wheaton 5 of 14, Mount 7 of 12. Fourth down conversions, Wheaton 3 of 5, Mount 1 for 1. For the ball game, Mikey Maloney 19 of 24, beautiful day, 307, 5 touchdowns. Running the ball, Darnell Williams 16 for 64, Mikey Maloney 7 for 61, Sean Thomas 9 for 41. Receiving today, Nick Turner 8 for 89, Jacob Cockrell 3 for 106 and a couple of tutties. Sean Thomas caught 3 for 56. Davion Grant caught 3 for 42. For Wheaton today, almost got 50 attempts. Mark Vercucci, 23 of 42, 273, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. On the ground today, Kreider, 5 for 38, Vercucci, 9 for 50. Receiving today, 11 catches for Kortenhoven for 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. Titherington caught 5 for 73. Malachi Jones caught 3 for 55. All adds up to a 37-29 win, and now Mr. Bevere can handle our Mount Union highlights in this 37-29 win.
Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it. So 37-29, we opened up the third quarter with a field goal to make it 30-7 by Marich. It's 24 yards to once again to make that score 30-7. Then we had a 1-yard pass from Mikey Maloney to Turner for a touchdown. What we thought, Sam, was the icing on the cake. We thought the stadium was emptying because it was 37-7 after that 1-yard pass. But then we had...
It's getting a little dicey with you. Go ahead with the highlight. Go ahead and run it. And now it's getting a little dicey with 2:45 left. Raiders up by 16, but the Thunder are on the move. Bercucci back to throw. Left side, end zone, touchdown. Holy cow. All right, that was the Wheaton highlight there. But tell you what, we'll cut with the highlights right there. 37-29, your final score. Purple Raiders win it. They go to 1-0. Wheaton 0-1. Ryan, your final thoughts on the Purple Raider win as we get set to trek over to Grove City 7 days from today.
Well, they have to have a good practice. I mean, there has to be set out that the first half was amazing. The half of the third, most of the third quarter was amazing until we got to the fourth quarter and Wheaton started to mount a comeback, and you just have to. And the thing about it to me was they did pull some starters and they had some substitutions out there, but for the most part, a lot of the main guys were out there. And when you have your hand around the throat of your opponent, you can't let them out.
Can't let them out. Yeah, the Raiders did that, and that 30-point lead went down to 8. And still some very tense moments here, but the home team held on for the win by the score of 37-29. That's going to wrap it up here from Alliance on opening day for the Purple Raiders. Again, next Saturday, we'll be at Grove City, kick at 1 o'clock here on 1310 WDPN. For my partner, Ryan Bevere, great job, my man. Good to be back working with you again. And thanks to Ryan Rainsberg back in the studio. Purple Raider Nation, thanks to you, all of you, for listening today here on AM 1310 WDPN and all across our social media platforms. Sam Berkwood saying so long from Kara Stadium. Mount Union 37, Wheaton 29. Have a great weekend, everybody.